Good day, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. This is Viper Survivorland. There were no technological issues. There were no stream issues whatsoever. We're here with Fata, Morgana, Reincarnation still. Excuse me. They're not numbering the chapters, but I think this is 3. It was prologue, last chapter, now this chapter. So, this one. Also, hey, Ramen and Ark, how you both doing? Technology was never... I mean, look, while that is true in a general sense, I think anytime you do anything with Windows, they just go, why not just deactivate something? I didn't even do a Windows update. It was a graphic drivers update. Doesn't matter. Let's just unplug audio devices internally. It's fine. Yeah. You know how it goes. Windows sure does love that. Again, it wasn't even a Windows update today. It was just a NVIDIA graphics update. Ah, crap. Yawning on the chop again. God, I hate Windows. I'm glad I have work at all. Jeez, could this place be any more dead? I love the menu just continuing the writing even though it has clearly hit the edge of the bottom of the frame. It's like, no, we're not stopping the menu just because we hit the bottom of the frame. That is unimportant. Who knows how long I can even keep this game? Maybe I should start looking for something new. Oh, hey, customer. Good afternoon. Huh. Not the design I expected, but cool. Hey, how's it going, Maria? We have Pauline. Also, I know Pauline IRL now. Just her. Definitely recognize her voice too, though. She's got the hair. Hey, your best friend came to see you at work. Don't be such a Debbie Downer. Yeah, no, you're not my best friend. That hurts me. We've known each other since we were kids, and we even went on vacation overseas together. Don't get much better friends than that. Yeah, she's got the Fire Lord hair. That's all it takes, and I have a bunch of best friends, but sure, whatever. You're my best friend, so you'll order lots of food and leave me a big fat tip, right? You're my best friend, so you'll give me something on the house, right? Get your butt out of here. You don't order anything, you don't get to call yourself my friend. I ain't got no room for stingy rich girls. I never said I wouldn't order anything. Just because my dad's got a cushy job doesn't mean I'm rich. Bet you you're better off than most of the people around you, though. Like hell it doesn't. Your parents covered your half of our trip in March. And they're paying for you to study abroad. Yeah, you're doing fine. You're doing fine. Here I am slaving away after losing my last job, and you're here strutting around like royalty on an all-expense-paid study abroad. Which you will be taking. It's an injustice, I tell you. A damn injustice. An injustice too, even. I'm sorry, I guess? It's true, it's also not her fault, but, you know. Your pity only pisses me off more. Yeah, you know. Now what do you want from me? Buy something a big fat tip. I believe she stated that outright. I'll let you off with a cup of coffee for 100 euros. Hey, Maria, I know how much you like to tell me I'm so naive and innocent, but even I know a cup of coffee only costs around 10 euros. Someone only goes to the fanciest shops around, huh? Well, is 10 all... Like, I don't know a euro to coffee translation. Is 10 also high for a coffee? Is that like saying, I'll let you off if you buy a $100 cup of coffee, and they go, ha, you can't fool me. I know cups of coffee are only $20. Here's your coffee and a ham sandwich for takeout, right? I have to assume that's the equivalent, give or take. Yes, please. It's lovely outside, so I'm going to have lunch in the park. God, how I wish I could spend my days off frolicking about in the sun and flowers. Yeah, sometimes you have to study abroad, you know? Sometimes you're bro is studying abroad. Yes. care to join me? You said the owner doesn't come check on you very often, right? So he'll never know if you skipped out for an hour or so. You do realize being closed during lunch hours defeats the whole purpose of the cafe, right? I'm the only one who ever comes during lunch hours.
Shut up! それ以上言うな! 私に現実を直視させるな!
She clearly just said, shut up!
Shut up! それ以上言うな! 私に現実を直視させるな!
Alright, yeah, we can have it. I got you. Hold on. Let me slap down It's very good. Should be able to... Yes. I didn't realize we had music so low. It used to be really loud, to be fair. Now that we have voice volume, I think I'm going to turn that down just a smidge. Well, not for this. Okay, when we come back here in a second.
Shut up! 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 Shut up!
Alright, good.
それ以上言うな!
Should be able to
私に
nab
現実を
something
直
from
視させる
that.
な!
I think we were about there. I think we're going to go about there. Maybe there. That'll work. Oh, man. Text has been fine. It's whatever. Alright. We'll save it just so that saves. Dance remix. Look, I'm pretty sure Space Bear could make it work. I couldn't, but Space Bear could. Silencio! Definitely not. Shut up! Not another word. I don't have time for you and your stupid logic, girl. You're not wrong. The place hardly even functions as a cafe most of the time. Which is exactly why I can't risk dragging it down anymore by closing during lunch hours. So she at least respects that that wouldn't be smart. You take your work pretty seriously for someone who looks like such a hooligan. You don't have to get so worked up about it. It's not even your cafe, Maria. I'm sure not working myself up because I want to. I just have a bit of a debt to the owner. He was a customer at your last job, right? Yep. When I was at that fashion boutique. I wasn't even a regular or anything, but he went to crazy lengths to help me out when he heard I was in a rough spot. Would have taken way longer for me to get started here if he hadn't handled a bunch of the paperwork and shit for me. So I can't bring myself to half-ass the job, even if the owner himself just opened the place for kicks. Is this not that? Is this not that cafe? Is this a different cafe? Is this her before? Because that doesn't track, right? Like, that definitely does not track. Alright, well. Cool, then this one will close down and she'll get the real job. I always thought it was strange how he wouldn't put any money into updating the decor, even though he's got plenty to spare. All I know is that he told me not to touch any of it. Probably keeps a bunch of memorabilia here or something. It's a shame too, because he'd probably get lots of new customers if he just modernized the interior, making it into a cute, quiet little tucked-away cafe. You're probably right. Maybe I'll suggest it once I get to know him a little better. It's not exactly the most fulfilling job as it is. You should. Let me know when you do. I'll even lend a hand if the cafe gets too busy to handle by yourself. You're always there when I need someone to talk to, so to show my appreciation, I'll help you out with anything. Oh, you'll do anything now, will you? How about working as a waitress and wearing a uniform of my choosing? It definitely won't be a maid outfit. It will definitely be a maid outfit. I've always wanted to try being a waitress, and I'm sure whatever uniform you come up with will be lovely. Do you have any ideas yet? Waitress. I mean, sorry, maid. Oh. Oh. Or that. Or that.
Gee
A bunny
whiz.
suit. Do we have to nab that one too?
バニーガール
I don't know. It's not bad, but it's no... I don't know. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay, but it's not like... what now?
胸元が
You'll be in a top
ガーン
cut
って開いた
solo,
感じ
your
の
tits
バ
are
ニー
falling
ガー
out
ル
of the
衣装で
thing, but we'll
あん
be
たが
rolling in
働
so
いて
much
もらう
friggin' dough!
これがっぽり儲けられる
Also, hey, Sora, how's it going? Welcome to Piperlight to the chat. Yeah, that is the whole business strategy of a bunny girl outfit, yeah. Yeah.
なんで
Get
そう
your mind
いう
out of the
方向
gutter.
性にな
That's a
る
different kind of
のそんな
restaurant.
のカフェじゃ
You're
ない
right,
よ
a successful one.
冗
I'm
談だ
just
って
teasing.
1割くらいは
About
な
10% anyway.
もう
Don't even
冗
joke
談
about
でも
that.
信じられ
I'd
ない
never wear an outfit
そ
that
んなハ
revealing
レ
in
ンチの
public.
格好人前じゃなきゃし
That
てるっ
means
て
you
こ
will in
と
private then.
じ
They
ゃ
get
あ
that
家で
bunny
はバ
suit
ニーガールプレイと
really
かやって
dirty
んだ
when you wear it. Ooh.
やってません
I've never worn one in my life.
私たち
We're
親
best
友なん
friends,
でし
right? So you
ょ
can tell me
隠
anything.
し事
Give
なん
me
てしない
all
で
the steamy
あけ
details.
すけに話せばいいじゃん本当に
I
やっ
swear
て
I've
ない
never
って
worn
ば
one.
と
Oh,
遅れ
it's
て
a
しま
bro.
ったかな
Hmm.
と
Seems
いう
the
よ
ride
り
was late.
取り
In
込み
the
中
middle
か
of something. No.
ほう噂をす
Speaking
れ
of the
ば
devil,
恋
it's the
人
man
に
who
バ
dresses
ニ
his
ーガ
girl
ー
in a
ルプレ
bunny
イをさ
suit
せる男
himself.
が到
She
着
never
したぞ
mentioned a bunny suit. Only you did. Yeah, that's fine.
そんな
For
こ
the
と
last
して
time,
ない
I've
って
never
言って
worn a
る
bunny
でし
suit in
ょ
my life. Thanks to Maria, I was beginning to develop a headache. But that wouldn't stop me from enjoying my date with Yukimasa. We had met about a month and a half earlier, around the end of April, not long after I moved to Paris for my immersive language study program. Maria was already living here by that point, and one evening she took me out to a bar. Prior to coming to Paris, Maria had worked at a fashion boutique in Milan, but things hadn't worked out there, and she had to leave her job. Then, well, the rest had happened as she described it. On the other hand, I'd just fallen in love with Paris while on vacation, so I decided to move here to get to know it even better. Yeah, you come from a wealthy family. Oh, I visited Paris once, and I just decided, oh, it's so nice, I'm gonna move here. I'm just gonna upend my entire life and move here without a single thought or job or... Yeah, no, your family's got money. Cool. Yeah, as you do, just move. I don't know, it fits the, like, less stressful tone of the current segments. I never felt so immediately moved by anything in my life. Maria probably thought I was here just to play around. She definitely made a few comments to that effect. Things like, what kind of starry-eyed idiot signs up for a language program after a sightseeing trip? You're in way over your head, girl. No, but no matter what she said, I did have more money than her, so I could just throw it away on things like this. It's fine. I did have more for a reason than that. She probably wouldn't believe me if I told her. But ever since the trip, I'd had this weird nagging sensation in the back of my mind, telling me I needed to go back to Paris, that I had some kind of work to do there. Like, fall in love with a bro. Maybe it was all in my imagination, and I really did just want to spend more time in the city. But if that did turn out to be it, so what? I wasn't hurting anyone, but I wanted to live in an area I really loved. Seemed like a perfectly fine reason to me. Didn't exactly have anything I wanted to accomplish while in France, except fall in love with a bro. But live a pleasant life was as honorable a goal as any, I thought. Noble ambitions are great and all, if that's your thing, but it's by no means everyone's cup of tea. I do appreciate that apparently all of the reincarnations are like France, Paris. Why not? The flute. You know, sometimes that just happens. There were plenty of people like me who only wanted a nice, happy life. But then again, maybe being able to think like that at all was a blessing in itself. Yes, money will do that. I'd grown up in a comfortably well-off family, we know. So I never had to worry about money, we know. But maybe someone less fortunate than me wouldn't even be able to consider that same life. No, they wouldn't. At all. Putting it into perspective like that made me realize how sheltered I was. Which reminded me that once, so long ago, I could hardly say when, Maria told me that my naivete would bite me in the butt one day. I thought I was putting in a good effort to be better about that, though. But anyways, back to how I met Yukimasa. Cleveland. The New York City version. There's so many people. They're all speaking French. In Paris? I don't believe it.
当たり前だろ。
No
フランスにいるんだ
shit,
から。
Sherlock. We're in France. Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, but she's right. Like, what did you expect? You're not just in France. You're in the capital of France. The most France. Like, come on. We went to bars together on our trip here, so what the hell are you freaking out about now? We only went to places popular with tourists then, and everyone was speaking English, not French. Oh, that's true. I imagine touristy areas speak a few languages just to, you know, make money. And when you had to use French, you handled everything, Maria, so I never had to actually use the language. Aren't you here to study the language? Immersively? Isn't that the point? But this time, I'll have to make my order in French myself. Of course I'm going to get... Excuse me, nervous. I mean, how complicated can you order... Wait, she's rich. Never mind. Order could be very complicated. Yeah, it's kind of the whole point of an immersive language. See, Maria's just saying what I'm saying, like a sentence later. You have to use the language or you'll never get any better at it. You should really be going out on your own and talking to people without accompaniment. I know, but still. Envy you, Maria. You can speak well enough to work here. Come on, girl. You've been studying the language too. I know you can do it if you just go out there and try. Still. Oh, for God's sake, enough twiddling your thumbs in front of the door. In you go. I'm going. Oh, is he a bartender? Is he a bro-tender? This is bad. Where did all these people around Maria come from? I wasn't in the ladies' room that long. Are they hitting on her? I know she can brush a few guys off without breaking a sweat, but... There's no way I'm getting through them. I guess I'll watch from nearby and wait for my chance. Excuse me, ma'am. May I? What? If this is some lame pickup attempt, I'm not interested. Damn. Oh crap, he's hot. I'm interested. I wasn't thinking. He used English, not French. But he doesn't look like he's from around here either, so there's a chance he understands. Maybe? I was hoping to pass so I could get to the restroom. Huh? Oh, I'm so sorry. You can't turn bro down. Yeah, she can't. They're fated. Destined. Not at all. I want to crawl into a hole and die. That made me sound all stuck up and full of myself. He seemed pretty upset too. He didn't even smile once. No, that's his resting bro face. It's okay. Look, the fact that he's not murdering anyone is already... he's in a good place. He's ridiculously imposing and kind of terrifying too. This place is a bust. We definitely shouldn't come back again. Maria's still off talking to strangers. Literally has one interaction with a human being that actually speaks the same language she does outside of the bathroom she had to go to before ordering anything, and goes, "We gotta get out. We gotta get out. It's everything's falling apart. Everything's going wrong. We got exits." Obvious exits are behind the bar, ceiling, and door. Excuse me, ma'am. May I? What is it this time? I was hoping to return to my seat, so if you could please let me pass. Oh no, I'm still standing in the way? I'm so sorry, I swear I'll never do it again. No, sometimes it's just somebody's superpower. I'd never know. Definitely not mine. Huh? Did I just hear him laugh? And was it me he was laughing at? Wow, that's a smiling bro. And not like a "I'm totally gonna cut you to pieces" type smile. That's just a laugh. Like a normal human laugh. Yeah, I have to imagine she's just talking out loud or thinking loudly to herself, standing in the middle of the hall that leads to and from the bathroom. Yes. My apologies, I didn't mean to laugh at you. You were just so cute, I couldn't help myself. Cute? Me? Just to be clear, no, I'm not trying to flirt with you. But if you continue standing here, I expect others will try talking to you as well. Are you here alone? Oh no, I came with another girl, but she's kind of preoccupied. I see. Then would you like to find a seat and talk for a bit? Huh? You mean like me and you? Needless to say, you're free to say no if you'd rather not. No, I mean, it's not that I don't want to. Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. It's kind of funny that for somebody who in past lives did so much murder and crime, mostly murder, but murder is a crime, that he's got the prison stripes. But then I thought the same thing too. It's like, no, maybe you just put the red beret on him. But it works. Look, I don't think the intended message was prison stripes, but it doesn't not work. So, no, I mean, it's not that I don't want to. That's a relief. There are a couple open seats at the counter. Why don't we sit there and I buy you a drink? Yeah, sure. He said he wasn't flirting with me, but, I mean, he also said you don't have to say yes to this. You can just be like, no, sorry, that doesn't sound good, and you'll be fine. Finally got rid of them. God, I don't remember this place being so freaking busy. I guess it is a Friday night, though. You went to a bar on a Friday night and you went, oh, why is it busy? Really? Fucking hate how guys assume you're free game if you're alone. You gotta be at least a Middle Eastern oil tycoon if you want to talk to me. Bare minimum level Middle Eastern oil tycoon for Maria. Oh man. To be fair, she's never been free game, but she was game in a previous life. And the bar was set a little lower than Middle Eastern oil tycoon. He must have this much money to speak to me. True. Clearly, you know. Oh, so what's taking Pauline so long? Did she get herself... Huh? She's with a guy. Oh, you dumbass. You don't just go along with the guy when he starts making moves. It's time for an intervention before things go tits up. Hold on, she kind of looks like she's enjoying herself. Definitely not like she's gritting her teeth and waiting for it to be over. Well, look at you. Guess I'll leave those two alone for a bit. She's not a teenager. She can handle herself. Plus, talking to guys should help her with the language. Except he's speaking English, so it's not helping with the language whatsoever, but it's good. It's fine. The subs-only chat experience. Yeah. The level 3 sub-only chat experience for her. I'd say Gal's got like 5 followers and turns on sub-only mode, but let's be honest. We know she's got a following. We know it, she knows it. She's you know, may as well make money off it. Yeah, they got actual like chatter and talking. I like how as soon as we point it out, it stops. Wait, just a damn second. She's not even speaking French. Yeah, I know. Why come here on a language study if you're not going to study? Oh, fuck it. Not even worth my time. I'll just drink by myself. Hey, beer me up, barkeep. Beer me up. So they haven't been in France very long. Amusingly enough, I was only transferred here a month ago myself. Oh, speaking of a month ago is when Maria and I came to Paris on vacation, which is when I started thinking about moving here. So wait, you're saying you decided on everything and moved to a foreign country in the span of a month? Yes, my family's incredibly wealthy. Yep, I mean, yes, my mom was not terribly pleased with me either. Once I set my mind to something, I usually make a beeline for it. Especially because money's not an object, so I can just do that. I have no reason to be dunking on her. It's just, you know... Look, we side with Maria in all things. That's just the rules. Sorry, I don't make the rules. Maria's best girl, so we side with Maria on all things. It's just facts. Don't need to be so tense. Please, make yourself comfortable. You say so? Sure, I'll try. You know, when you first bumped into me, I was kind of scared. But it turns out you're not scared at all. You actually seem really sweet and respectable. Look, considering that this is the good timeline, I have to assume he actually is. But also, it's still funny to hear, regardless. Sweet and respectable, you say. I'm flattered. I don't see myself as either. You know, why not? Oh, I don't know. Just a feeling. Wow. So you're saying he was cured of his murderous impulses, but you left the crushing self-doubt and, like, inner turmoil? That seems rude. I thought it was a bundled deal. Imagine feeling like you're, like, a subhuman trash. Like, when he was murdering people, I got the inner turmoil. It made sense. Yup. Are you even human? You've killed so many people with a grin on your face. But when you're just like a college student, at some point it's like, but that doesn't, you don't, that, why, okay. Oh, I see. My dad did tell me the Japanese were reserved and humble people. Maybe he's just into really kinky stuff, and it turns out she matches his freak, and they're perfect. I don't know how much of that description applies to me, but I am surprised you identified me as Japanese. Since I arrived here, most people have assumed I was Chinese. See, I never assume anyone's, like, ethnicity because I'm so bad at telling anything apart at all. And there's so, like, many variations, even between ethnicities, that, like, aren't similar. Like, even if you just take Italian, the difference in appearance between, like, northern Italy and southern Italy, totally different. Totally different. Still Italian. Not crazy similar looking. It's just like, nah, it's fine. It also doesn't really matter to me, but if somebody was like, what do you think, where do you think I'm from? I'd be like, I don't know. I don't know. Judging by your accent, Connecticut? Like, I don't know. Not that I particularly mind. Asians are a minority here, and it can be difficult for Westerners to visually distinguish between the different East Asian ethnicities without sufficient exposure. Look, it's not like I'm just bad at differentiating, like, East Asian or Asian. I can't tell most European ethnicities apart. Like, I couldn't at a glance tell the difference between somebody from, like, Sweden, Italy, like, you know. She's Union. That's why she sounds familiar. Okay. And, like, I feel like in the modern day it matters so much less anyway. Like, it's like, whatever. It is funny that she's Union, though. Which is why I'm so impressed. My father's Japanese, actually, which is probably why I could. Wow, really is a small world, huh? Have you ever been to Japan? I haven't, unfortunately. But I absolutely want to someday. Maybe you can teach me Japanese to prepare. I'd be happy to. Though, shouldn't learning French be your first priority? Oh, is it actually, like, I assumed it wasn't bad, but I still just haven't really sat down and done it. Good to know, though. I should watch that. Anything Konosuba, I have to assume, is at least baseline good, if not really good, fantastic. The twins in Persona 5. That checks out, but I played Persona in English, so I wouldn't have pegged it as such. But cool. It's very Yuri baity. Oh yeah, I mean, come on, whatever. Look, if there's not going to be any sexual tension in a Konosuba, then is it even Konosuba? So, was that the last one of them that you were watching? Have you seen the 3 seasons? Or because I think if you do it in order, it's season 1, season 2, Megumin season 3. Okay, gotcha. So you're going in order. Gotcha. I really like season 3, but I really like Konosuba. So, like, any interaction of those characters is going to be fun. Laid back camp. Okay, interesting. I have not seen it, but I'm aware of it. Like, even all Konosuba, it's just all just good to me. Alright, totally forgot, which is why I really do need to watch the Isekai Quartet. Recreators. Oh, okay. That one I would not have guessed. Cool, but would not have guessed. Ranking of Kings and Musume now, which both have been interesting. Okay. Ranking of Kings I didn't watch all of, but Calico and Afro did, and really liked it and cosplayed from it. And it seemed really good. At least what I saw. We watched like the first, I want to say 6 episodes at a con. They had seen all of it. I've only seen the first bit of it, but I really liked it. I was not in any way interested in Uma Musume until watching the Versus Wolves this month, and I still will probably not at all be watching the show, but apparently the movie is actually like, look, considering what, I don't know if you saw the like ranking that they do at the end for this month's Versus Wolves, but they separated the anime and the movie. Like the early anime, not the Oguri arc, but the early anime and the movie into two separate categories. The anime, Eye Patch Wolf wanted to put it below games that were made to punish people. He was straight up like, can we put it lower? But the movie was 2 spots under the entire collected works of Junji Ito. Like, the fact that that movie can get rated that highly by somebody who clearly has no interest in the source material or horse girls or even horses, to the point where he wanted to bottom out the show, to put the movie that high, like, that's praise, man. That's enough to make me go, I might watch that movie, yeah. Yeah, and he also really liked the new season, the like side stuff. But yeah, and look, I have no doubt that the standard Horse Girl anime is good stuff if that's what you're looking for. It doesn't interest me, but I have no doubt that it is well animated, well done. The music must be great. Like I'm not hating on it. I just don't think it's for me. However, when somebody goes, this movie gave me like flashbacks to Redline in a positive way, you take notice. Even if it's all horse girls, it can still be good. This new one, yeah, it seems like the new stuff is really good. So, I don't know if I'll watch the anime season that he's talking about, even though it sounds fun, but I feel like I can make time for a movie. So, yeah. My friend Maria actually brought me here tonight so I could get practice talking to people in French, and you're failing that too. But I ended up using English the whole time. Damn, look at bro here, trilingual. Everyone I know is so skilled, I look even more useless than I already am in comparison. You seem incredibly talented of mind. You speak your native tongue and English, and once you have French down, that will make you trilingual. What's her native tongue? She at no point in this covered where she came from yet, right? We know her family's wealthy and she moved here. I thought she moved from America because she knows English, but that might be wrong. That's true, yeah. Imagine the work opportunities being fluent in 3 languages offered. Meanwhile, I have no confidence in my ability to get a handle on French, even though you are currently trilingual by your own admission. Wow, you'd be so impressive because you'd know 3 languages. Meanwhile, I, who speak 3 languages, I don't know. I have no confidence in it. Yeah, really? I assumed you were a French pro since you work here and all. Oh, hardly. We all speak English in the office, and I only go to restaurants that serve in English as well. Okay, that's fair. Learning one foreign language is almost the death of me. I don't want to imagine how bad a second would be. Then why are you in France? Man, I really don't want to learn French. Moves to France. Okay. Oh, let's lead to Umineko. Yeah, apparently. Oh wow, so what do you do for work? I'm a systems engineer. I primarily develop tools for use within the company. That sounds like difficult work, and not at all what I expected. You're well built, so I was guessing something more physical. Yeah, a fit systems engineer? I'm not buying it. Not even a little. I enjoy working out as well. I frequent the gym and also study martial arts. Wow, impressive. I can admire that. If a bad guy shows up, you'll have no problem taking them down. I suppose. Did I say something? Or was I just imagining the hesitation in his voice? It's also Batman as a hobby. Definitely. Maybe he's working out for some other reason. Can't think of any other reason he might, though. It's not like he'd have the burning desire to like snap somebody's neck with his bare hands just to see the life drain from their eyes or anything. I can't think of any reason other than just being buff I'd work. Maybe he's getting into street fights. Nah, he would never. However, I suppose if he was in some sort of fight club, he wouldn't be able to tell me about it. In any event, if you need help with any manual labor, feel free to give me a call. I can handle just about anything. And seeing as bad guys like to stay away from men built like me, I don't get to use these muscles for much else. So I'd be thrilled if I could put them to use helping a nice young woman like you. Oh, my apologies. We only just met and here I am acting like we're friends. I may as well be flirting with you. You may as well be. Guy who invited girl he just met after calling her cute to sit down and have a lengthy conversation over drinks at a bar. I don't know how true this is because I did not follow up on it, but I remember reading a summary of a paper on Reddit. So again, that's a lot of qualifiers. That like people are functionally incapable of accurately telling when somebody's trying to flirt with them, unless it's like super explicit, like not just like, oh, men are better at it, women are better. Like it was a long time ago, but the summary was basically like people are really bad at distinguishing between somebody being friendly to them and somebody flirting with them, and usually just can't tell the difference. Again, it wasn't just a, well, guys are blind, but like flirting is just one of those things that seems to be the, you know when it's happening, you understand. But like, he was just being friendly and asking her to sit down. Yeah, it's man, life's weird. No, don't apologize. It was a very nice thing of you to say. Yeah, that was definitely my imagination earlier. He's too much of a sweetheart and a gentleman to be involved in anything unscrupulous. Yeah, bro would never be. No. So, assuming that wasn't just you trying to sweet talk me, is it alright if I actually call you if I need something? I just moved here, so I'm drowning in boxes. I'm also going to need to get furniture. That's a huge pain to do alone. And of course I'll reward you. I can buy you dinner somewhere or make something at my place. I'd never turn you down. And don't worry about repaying me. Meeting you is all the reward I need. Okay, now you're just super flirty, but that's fine. Okay, you have a lot of practice doing this, don't you? How many girls have you wooed over with lines like that? I don't practice wooing anyone. Why do you sound so tense all of a sudden? Because I'm on guard now. Telling me that defeats the purpose, I feel. I promise you, as difficult as it is to believe, it's rare for me to be so comfortable speaking with a woman at all. This is certainly far from an everyday experience for me. Also, well, to be perfectly honest, this isn't the first time we've crossed paths. Huh? We have? What? More specifically, I've seen you before. You said you were in Paris about a month ago on vacation, right? Well, a month ago I had a meeting with my boss at a cafe. And I caught sight of you walking past through the window. Left quite an impression, so I remember that moment very well. What? Are you sure that was me? You only got a glimpse. It could have been anyone. Oh no, did I do something embarrassing and that's why I left an impression? No, not at all. You were just eating something as you walked. Maybe a sandwich? Nothing particularly out of the ordinary. What? Oh, no. You forgot about that right this instant. It never happened, you hear me? Was it an embarrassing sandwich? Was she, like, snorting it? Did she take an entire baguette and eat it in one bite or something? Like, that is not a reaction you expect to somebody being like, oh, I saw you passing by a window and you were just kind of eating something. It was very normal, but you were very pretty, so I remembered. Deadly premonition sandwich. Yeah. Huh? What? I don't see any reason you would. You caught me at my most vulnerable, eating a sandwich alone. I'm so humiliated. What? If you say so, still, I don't want to forget that moment. You seem so happy. Your joy was infectious. Just so you know, I'm not a glutton. You ate one sandwich! Nobody's saying you are! Never said you were.
それで
Anyway, back to what I was saying.
あの時も
When I saw you then,
感じたけど、
I felt as though that also wasn't our first
も
time
っと
crossing
以前から
paths.
だから
Which is why
今
when
日
I saw
は
you
絶
today, I
対
was
に
determined
話し
to
かけ
talk
る
to
べ
you.
きだと思
I
う。
only got a glimpse of you the first time, so I'm glad I was
あ
able
の
to hear
時
your
は
voice this
姿
time.
を見ただけだったが、
Turkey jam and cereal
今日は
sandwich.
声も聞けてよかった。
Still bad. Nope. Doesn't get less bad with time. Oh, I see.
やっぱり
I know. It sounds like something out of a fairy tale. And probably every pickup artist's guide out there too.
怖がらせて
I
しまったら
apologize if I've scared you or made you
すまない
uncomfortable.
そうじゃな
No,
くて
don't be. I'm just flustered is all.
今のは照れただけっていうか
It's gotta be rough when, like, all the pickup guides for, like, pickup artists are like, fake your way to seeming like you're a genuine good person. So you actually encounter a genuine good person, it sounds like they're spouting pickup lines, but it's just kind of, human being talking to you like another human being. But that's what all the scumbags have been trying to emulate the whole time.
あのね確か
And
に
actually,
変わった話だけど
as strange as it sounds, I kind of want to believe it's true too. I don't want it to just be some cheesy pickup line.
だってな
I
ん
mean,
だか
how
ロマンチ
romantic
ッ
would
ク
that
だ
be?
もんね
That we have some sort of deeper
私の
connection
こと
from
を
before
前
we
から知
know.
っていたような気がするって
Super romantic. You have no idea.
もしかしたら
It'd be fate that
運
brought us
命
together
の出
again.
会いなのかもなんて
You
ね
never know. Starting with that encounter, Yukimasa and I bonded very quickly. We exchanged phone numbers. I called him to help with moving stuff. I went to his place to hang out. And in short order, we went from acquaintances to friends to a couple. I'd never been in a relationship before, and I certainly never expected my first boyfriend to be a Japanese man I met while studying abroad in France. Bloody romantic, yes. And when I told Maria we had begun dating, she...
あんた
He's
騙されているんじゃない？
definitely pulling a fast one on you, girl. Either that or your head's still stuck in the goddamn clouds and you're not seeing clearly. Yeah,
ろく
that
に知ら
tracks.
ない相手と
Barely
付
even
き合
know
う
the
なん
guy.
て
Jesus.
信じら
Don't
れ
come
な
crying
い
to me when it goes south.
あんたは
I
フラフ
swear,
ラして
watching
い
you
る
is going to
し
take 10 years off my
ほんと
life. You can
心
barely
配
even
しか
keep your
ない
feet on the
よ
ground. Then she gave me a big, heavy sigh, and that was that. Sometimes I feel like Maria was my mother. I could understand why she was concerned, but I was confident I could tell the difference between a good guy and a dangerous one. Historically, no, you cannot. Historically, you specifically? No. No. You failed at that pretty hard, historically. Yukimasa was always such a sweetheart and a gentleman. I was positive I had nothing to be worried about. Look, like, while I'm really hoping that in this timeline you don't, again, historically, it's been different.
待ち合わせ場所にしちゃってごめんねマリー
I wonder what his, like, dark
Hamasama,
thing is
arigato.
gonna be. Like, is he in the Yakuza? Does he just rip off the shirt and there's just, like, a back tattoo? But because of all the, like, lives and reincarnations, the back tattoo is just, like, a really menacing Morgana's butterfly. His Yakuza back tattoo is just a menacing blue butterfly. Sorry to use this as a meeting place, Mia, and thanks for the ham sandwich.
いいよいいよ
Don't sweat it. I give you shit sometimes, but I really am bored out of my mind here, and having someone to talk to helps the time pass. The butterfly of Dojima.
今度は語学学校の人たちも連れて平日に来るね売り上げに貢献しなきゃ
Oh, well, that's a relief. I'll bring some people from my language program sometimes then. Have to help get some business in here.
二人とも
Two
本
of
当
you
に
are such
仲がい
good
い。
friends. I almost feel bad about taking
ポーリ
Pauline
ンを
away from
連
you
れて行
today,
ってし
Maria.
まう。
今度は3
I'll
人
have to
で
get
遊び
somewhere
に行か
together
ない
another time. All three of us. I'm sure we'll
きっと楽しいと思う。
all have a great time. Yeah,
あ
sure. I'll
そうだね。
think about it.
ー
Maria's like, I don't want to go third
なんで
wheel
そんなに歯切れが悪いの？
something. No thanks. That's the most insincere I'll think about it I've ever heard.
そりゃ
Can you
カッ
blame
プル
her?
の間に
I
入
wouldn't be
るのは
terribly excited
なか
about
なか
being
言い
invited
づら
to
いもの
accompany
が
a
ある
friend
け
on
ど
a date either.
気にしなくていい
Just
の
meant it
に
as a
な
fun, casual thing, though.
はあっていうよりも
More like I don't want to spend any more time around him than necessary. Oh.
今はポーリー
But
ン
I
の
also don't
前
want
だ
to
し
say or do anything to
私
upset
も愛想
Pauline,
よく
no
やって
matter
る
how
けど
much he rubs me the wrong way.
なんかすごく
See,
こいつのこと
I get where they're both coming from. I get why she has a deep-seated, I don't trust this guy. And I get why Pauline's like, wow, this guy's great.
上辺だけで
Every
話
word
して
that
いる
comes out of his mouth feels empty,
嘘
fake,
しか
calculated.
でも
But that's just what my
勘って
gut
だ
tells
け
me.
で
I don't have
証
anything
拠
to
があ
back
る
it
わ
up.
けじ
It's
ゃ
not
ない
like Pauline would hear me out either way.
この子
Once she
一度
puts her
信
trust
じ
in
たら
someone, she's blind to
他の
anything
もの
that
が目に
challenges
見え
that.
なくな
Yeah,
っちゃう
boy,
タイ
is
プだ
she.
し一度痛い目見て
Part of me
勉
wants to
強
let
すれ
this
ば
run
いい
its
って
course and
思
see
う
if
け
that
ど
teaches her a lesson, but I'm afraid he'll end up doing a lot worse than just betraying her trust.
マリア
Something on your
どう
mind,
した
Maria? You
の
look very
真
deep in
剣な
thought.
顔であ
Oh, no, it's nothing. Just think about how much of a drag being a third wheel would be.
あ あのバーの夜だって
Don't think I've forgotten how you
私の
ditched
こと
me
ほ
for
っ
him
た
at
らか
that
して
bar last
男
month.
とそんな
I
こと
didn't
ない
ditch
よ
you in any way. You were
それ
busy
にマ
talking
リ
to
ア
other
だって
guys at the
知ら
time.
その後だって
And then after
カ
that,
ウ
you
ンタ
hit it
ー
off
席
with
で
that guy
誰
at
か
the
といい感
counter.
じに話してたじゃ
The
ない
one with wavy hair, was it?
は
Excuse me? On what
Arena,
planet did that look like we were hitting it off? The only thing I want to hit
顔面
off
歪む
is
くらい
his
殴り
nasty
飛ばすか
mop of a head.
もじゃもじゃ頭を引っこ抜
Ideally
くかしたい
straight
く
into
ら
a
いさ
fucking grain thresher. What the hell, Maria? Also, yeah, that tracks.
そんなにもじゃもじゃした
Sarah wasn't
頭じゃ
that
なかった
messy,
気
I
が
don't
する
think.
まあ
Forget about
私
me
の
though.
ことはい
Can't
い
keep
や
your man waiting
ほら
forever. Go on, get out of here.
はーい
Okay.
ねえあんた
Hey, just a sec. Not you,
モー
Polly.
リーンじゃなくて
The
ミ
Monsieur.
スターの方
ミスターなんて呼び方をしなくて
I
も
don't mind at all if
も
you
っ
call me
と
by
気
my
軽に
name
呼んで
rather
くれて
than
いいのに
the Monsieur.
それで
Even though she clearly just goes,
俺に何か
Mister. But yes, how can I help you?
ポーリーンを泣
You
かせ
hurt
たら
Pauline, and it's your head. I'll be
ぶっ殺す
ripping
か
off.
ね
You hear me?
心外だな
You wound me. Do I look like the kind of man who'd hurt her?
念のために
Just
言っ
cover
て
my
みただけ
bases.
さ
Very sorry if I offended you.
いや
Not at all. Pauline has been
ポ
blessed
ーリ
with
ー
very
ンは
loving friends.
随
You
分
can
と
rest
愛され
easy.
ているんだな
Pauline is in good hands with me.
安心してほしい
You have my word.
そう
Alright, I'll hold you
そ
to
れな
that
ら
too.
いいんだ二人ともどうしたの
I like how she comes up to
何
like
話してるの
mid chest on him, but would probably like. I have no doubt that she'd take him down. Hey, what's the holdup? What are you two talking about?
なんでもない
No,
よ
nothing
ポーリー
important, Pauline. Let's get going then,
そ
shall
れ
we?
じゃ
Yeah.
またねマリ
Yeah, later, Maria.
ア安心してほしい
Your rest easy holds as much weight as a wet
ち
paper
っとも
towel.
安心でき
Just
ない
wish I could put a finger on what about him makes me so
この胸騒ぎ
uncomfortable.
何
It's
事
almost
も
like
ないといい
his
けど
soul is bloodstained. Hopefully it's just my imagination. Ah, it's beautiful out today. There's something about lovely weather like this that makes a lunch taste all the better.
そうだね
She did, yeah. Certainly does, Pauline.
ねえこの後はど
What
う
should
す
we
る
do when we're here?
ゆきまさ
Was
ん
there anywhere you
ど
wanted
こ
to
か
go,
行きたい
Yukimasa?
ところはある
ポーリーンが行きた
I'm
い
gonna
と
go
ころ
wherever
で
you
構
want
わ
to
ない
go.
よ
I love being with you, no matter where that is.
いつも
That's what you
そう言っ
always
て
say.
くれる
Just
けど
say nowhere at all.
ゆきまさ
We
が
don't
し
have
た
to
い
limit
では
ourselves
な
to
いよ
Paris either.
近場だったら
As long as it's
気
close
軽
enough
に
for a
行
day
け
trip,
る
we
と
can go
思う
anywhere.
し
So tell me, where do you want to go?
困った
Not
な
sure I can come up with something put on
パッ
the
とは
spot
思
like
い
this.
つく
あ
How about you go see a wrestling match then?
プロレス
Wrestling? I didn't realize you were a fan. I'm not. I've never watched wrestling in my life. Never really been able to deal with rough stuff like that. But you like working out and physical activities and stuff, right? You like being buff, so you should like watching other buff men be buff together. It tracks. It seems like a bro activity.
だからプロレス観戦
So I
とか
thought
も
maybe
好
you'd
き
be
な
into
のかな
wrestling
って
too.
おう
Wow, I see. You're trying to choose something I would enjoy.
俺に合
I
わ
have
せ
any
ようとし
particular
てくれ
interest
た
in
のか
watching sports, though.
そ
No?
う
That's a
なん
shame.
だ
Well, in that case, I
じゃ
don't
あ
know. What should we do? I'm all out of ideas. Had the one idea, wrestling. That was it.
どうしよ
Now
うか
it's gone.
やることが思いつかなくて困っちゃったね
公園でゆっくり
There's
す
nothing
れば
wrong
い
with
い
just
じゃないか
relaxing here in the park. We don't have to be
何も
doing
しない
something
で
for
も
me to enjoy
俺
being
は
with
楽
you.
しい強いて言えば
In fact, I'd
こ
say
うやっ
this.
て
I
のん
like
び
this
り
kind
と
of peaceful
平和
time
に
with
過
you
ご
the
すのが
most. That is,
一
if
番
you
好
don't
きか
mind the
な
boredom.
ま
退屈なんてしないよ私ゆきまさと一緒だったらどこで
No,
何
of
を
course
して
not.
ても
There's
嬉
nothing
しい
boring
も
about
の
spending time with you, Yukimasa, no matter what or where it is. I tilted my head back to take a sip of my drink, and as I did, my wallpaper changed. Ah, gotta love the good old Graha burger. Wow, it's way brighter than I thought it would be. Sorry. But it's the Graha Tia burger. Just about to just dive into burger.
I should have been the one to fill your dark
Yeah, I
soul
didn't mean to
with
blind
light.
everyone, sorry. That wasn't the plan. At least it's only a little corner of the screen, but yeah, it's Graha Tia looking down lovingly at burger. Which is a great, you know.
じゃあ今日は公
And
園
today's
で
schedule
日
is
向ぼっこ
decided.
だね
Lazing about in the park.
ねえゆきまさ
Hey, Yukimasa,
ゆきま
do you
さ
have any
は
hopes or
将来
dreams for
の
your
夢
future?
将来の夢
Can't say anything comes to mind immediately. It's not until I can be certain work
Mada
won't interfere with it.
思いつかないな。
What about you?
私はね
Oh no, his entire personality was murdering
バカに
people.
しないで聞い
You
て
take
くれ
that
る
away and he's just a dude. She's just, oh, what do you like? I don't know. I like things. What are your plans for the future? What do you want to do today? I sure do. Do you promise you won't tease me for it?
もちろん。
I would never.
私の望み
What I
は
want
ね、
most is to spend a nice, quiet
あな
life
た
with
と
you.
一緒に大きなことなん
I
て
don't need
望んで
anything
ないの。
extravagant.
普通に
Just
生
an
きて
ordinary life, slowly growing
だんだん
older,
おばちゃん
having
に
3,
なって、
maybe 4 children.
その時には
This sounds
子供
familiar,
が
yeah.
3人くらいいて、
Imagine knowing somebody for a month and being like, not only do I want to spend the rest of my life with you, we need like 3, 4 kids. We should get on that. Sits alone in a dark room as a hobby, yeah.
争いもなく
We'd never fight, and
気
eventually,
づい
before I
たら
knew
お
it,
ばあ
I'd
ち
be
ゃ
an
ん
old
にな
lady.
あ
Thinking, it was an
何事もない
uneventful life
人
that
生
was the
だった
best I could have
な。
asked for. Look, if you have 3 or 4 kids who are not leading an uneventful life, you got your hands full.
そういう
That's the life
風
I...
に
ポーリン
William? What? Oh, sorry.
なんかぼーっ
Kind
と
of
し
spaced
ちゃっ
out
て
there for a second. I get the strangest feeling that I've said something like that
前に
before.
も同じことを言った
Crazy.
ような。
へえ。他の男にも同じようなことを言ったのか
Is that so? I'm not the first man you've used that on.
まさか
No.
私誰かと付き合ったのは雪政が初めて
Yeah,
だ
see,
よ。
if you're the first guy I've ever
だから
dated,
今のは
Yukimasa, it must be
気のせいだ
just be
と
deja
思
vu or
うんだ
something.
けど。もしか
Wait,
し
do
て
you think I'm
疑
lying?
ってる
I've been with other guys before?
いや、
Oh no,
君
I've
のこ
never
とを
accused you
疑
of
うな
being
んてありえ
dishonest.
ない
It
よ。
just struck me as unusual.
俺も、
Because I feel as though I've heard those words before as well.
ね
I know this might make me sound like a little girl with her head in
え、
the
夢
clouds.
生まれ変わり
But do you believe in
って信
reincarnation?
じる？
Sure hope so.
もし
If somehow it is
もしもよ。
really real, then I
生
suspect
ま
we
れ
may
変
have
わ
known
り
each
なん
other
て
in
も
a
の
past
があっ
life.
たとしたら、
お
もしそうだった
Wouldn't
ら
that just be the most wonderful thing?
本当に素敵だよね。
Yes.
生まれ変わっても出会
Imagine
える
that.
な
A
んて
bond so strong it
運命
transcends
の
even
赤
death.
い糸
It
以
would
上
make
だ
us
と思わない？
soulmates. Literally. How
すご
romantic.
くロマン。あ、
Yeah.
やっぱ
Sorry, I'm
り
getting
ち
too
ょっ
weird,
と
aren't
引い
I?
た。
You have to be crazy to believe in
今時
reincarnation
生
and
まれ
fate
変わ
in
り
this
と
day
か
and
運
age.
命。
But
で
I
も
still think it's a
そうだ
nice
った
thought.
ら
そう。
That it is,
だね。
Pauline. I cannot
Pauline.
imagine anything more beautiful than us being bound by
もし
fate.
雪政。
Really gotta know what his, like, internal darkness is. Like, he's clearly hiding something, and I really hope it's not murder. But then what is it?
もしも万が一
By、some chance reincarnation is real and our paths have crossed in previous lives as well.
それほど皮
The
肉な運
universe
命
has a
はないだ
twisted
ろ
sense of humor.
う。運命の赤い
Soulmates
糸。
or anything but. I'm the ball and chain that drags your soul down to damnation. Oh, does he remember?
そこにあるのは
Oh no.
手錠か死刑台の縄だ。
Well, he definitely doesn't, because... Yeah, because he's... If by some chance. So he doesn't remember, but... He's... What's your thing?
呪われてい
You'd
る
have
と
to
し
be
か
cursed to be stuck with me for so long. What is it? Oh no, Ark, no. Yeah, she needs to get out of there. No, insert that one gif. The best gif on Discord. You play League? No.
俺ではなく
There's no other explanation. Maybe that was too lazy of a day. You even managed to sneak a nap in there. Today, we're both sloths.
途中でお昼寝までしちゃうし、
そろそろ日も暮れそう
There's so
だ。
much daylight left. Let's get something for dinner and head home,
どこかで
shall we? Oh, I have an idea. Can we go to the grocery store instead? I want to make dinner for you tonight.
ポーリーンの
Now
手料
that
理か
sounds。like a wonderful idea.
そ
お邪魔し
Ooh,
ます。
we're back. Thanks for carrying the bags.
どういたしまし
My
て。
pleasure. I feel like this is
しか
a
し、
lot of groceries, though.
買いすぎじ
More
ゃな
than
い
we
か
need to make one meal.
だよね。
Yeah, it kind of is. I realized about halfway through, but couldn't stop.
スーパーって気
There's
に
just
な
so
るも
much
のが
stuff I
た
want
く
to
さんあ
try.
っ
I
て
can't help but throw it all in the cart.
まあ、余
It's
った
fine.
分は
Whatever.
冷凍
What
庫
if
に
we
入れ
don't
てお
use
く
can
か
go
ら
to the
問題な
freezer?
いさ。
So, what are you making? You still haven't told me.
うん、それ
Well,
はね。
not telling. Anyway, I'm borrowing your kitchen.
雪政は座
You
って
just
待
wait
っ
at
て
the
くれ
table
てい
and
いから
relax.
ね。
I don't need any help.
おう
Alright then, if you
じゃあ
insist.
お言葉に甘えて。
Do you know where I keep all of my stuff in my kitchen? Because people have very different kitchen layouts. Please don't burn the place down.
ポーリーンに料理を
She's never
作っ
made
てもら
anything
う
for
の
me
は
before, and
初
frankly,
め
I
て
have
だ
trouble imagining her spending much time in the
正直
kitchen.
まあ
Well, I'm sure it'll be
よ
fine,
ほどの
unless
ことが
something
な
goes
ければ
horribly wrong.
失敗はし
Oh no, it's going horribly wrong. Ah, it's shooting fire!
ポーリーン
Are you okay, Pauline?
大丈夫か
ちょっとした事故は起き
Well,
たけ
there
ど
were some minor mishaps, but dinner is served.
ああ
Indeed,
そうだ
there
ね
were.
ポー
There
リ
are
ーン
certain definitions of minor, I suppose.
お家は燃
I
えな
didn't
か
burn
っ
your
たから
place down,
大
so
丈
all's
夫
well that
だ
ends
よ
well. Now dig in before it gets cold.
ちなみに
Before we begin, may I
Nani
ask what it is you
otsukutta no ka?
made?
Eh?
Huh? You can't tell? I wanted to make something Japanesey for you, so I did a beef and potato stew, miso soup, and white rice.
なるほど
I see. I
お
thought
か
it
ゆ
was
とビ
porridge,
ーフシチュ
chili,
ー
and a
と
brown
茶色い
mystery
液体の何
goop.
かではなかったんだね
I like that anime and anime-inspired things have gone to such lengths to not stereotype women as just all you're good for is cooking and cleaning, that the stereotype is now that not a single anime woman can cook. Just none of them. They're all awful at it. They cannot cook to save their lives. It will probably poison you to death. Good luck. When you hard overcorrect in the other direction. It doesn't look very appetizing, no, but I promise it tastes good. I tried it myself.
大丈夫
I trust you. I trust you. Well,
じゃあ
here I go.
どうかな
So, what do you think?
ああ
It's not bad. Thank you,
Kekko.
Pauline.
死ぬほどの
Thank
まず
goodness
さ
I
では
didn't
な
have to
く
lie
て
to
よ
her
かっ
about
た
that. It's a bit on the strong side,
味
and
が
will
濃
probably
くて
raise my blood pressure
高
now.
血圧にはなりそうだがところで
Out of
この
curiosity,
肉
what
じゃが
sauce
に
did you use
は
in the stew? Let's just follow the recipe and use Worcestershire sauce.
肉じゃがに
For
は
traditional
ウ
beef
ス
and
タ
potato
ー
stew,
ソ
you're
ースで
supposed
は
to
な
use soy
く
sauce.
醤
Do you have any
油
of that here?
ソイソースを使うんだよ
Wait,
そうなのソースって言ったらそれしか思いつかなかった
but also, aren't we at his place? And I don't want to stereotype, but he's a Japanese man. Does he not have soy sauce? I have soy sauce in the pantry. Why would he specify, do you have that here? Do you? That's true. She said she bought everything, but yeah, I only have one type. I'm not that fancy, but still. Huh? Really? We do, but it only said sauce, so the thought never crossed my mind. I do appreciate the. She's just read sauce and went, Worcestershire. Worcestershire. That's the sauce. That's the one. For a traditional Japanese dish.
でもこれは
This
これ
tastes
で美
quite
味し
good
い
though.
よ
It's just more of a
和風じゃ
Western
なくて
flavor instead of
よ
Eastern.
うーん
But I was
それ
trying to
じゃあ
remind you of your
日本
home
を
in
懐かしん
Japan.
でも
I'll
ら
do
え
better
ない
next
じゃ
time,
な
so
い
please give me another chance. Of course, I'm
楽
looking
しみに
forward
し
to
て
it.
いる
私ね
I want
雪
to
ま
do
さ
everything
に
I
た
can
く
to
さん
please
喜
you,
んで
Yukima-san.
ほ
So
し
if
い
there's
の
anything you want, please don't
だから
hesitate
好
to ask.
きな
I
も
do
のとか
appreciate that,
欲
like,
しいものがあったらいつでも言っていい
the
んだか
food
ら
may
ね
not have looked appetizing, but it still came out tasting okay. Because, like, sometimes that happens. Sometimes the presentation just fails, but the taste is there, and it's like, task failed successfully. Whatever.
な
Tell me,
あポー
Pauline.
リン
How are you? How am I what?
いや
Never mind. Forget about it. Oh,
No, no, no.
it's killing me to know what his deal is. Like, I have to assume it's not killing people this time. I have to. Because it can't be... Because, like... It can't be. I'm not saying that... I'm not saying that incestual feelings is a great thing, but that is something that you can talk it out and deal with way more than I really enjoy killing people for fun. You can't have a happy timeline. You can't have a good timeline where it's like, I really want to kill a lot of people, and I do, and it's great.
君はどうして
So I'm assuming it's not that.
俺を好きになれ
Then what is it? How are you able to love me as much as you do? Is it just crippling self-confidence? Because, bro, same. But, like, come on. It's not even a fair question.
彼女が好み
She's so
の
taken with
人
me
間を
because
演
I'm
じてい
pretending
る
to be exactly the kind of man she wants to be
Morgana.
with most. Then what are you really? I have to know. if his attempt to be the man she wants to be is him being milk toast, what do you want to do? What is he hiding? It's gotta be League. It's gotta be League, right? Like, it's gotten late, huh? So I was thinking tonight we could.
そうだね。
Yes, you're right. We should call it a night. I'll take you home.
家まで送っていくよ。
Hey, is it okay? I stay the night? I mean, it's been 2 months since we started dating, but we still haven't stayed the night together. So, you know,
送っていくよ。
I'll take you home, Pauline. Do you not want me to stay the night, Yukimasa?
いや、違
Oh
う。
no, that's not it at
そん
all.
なことは
I
ない。
would love to have you.
君を止めたくないわけじゃないんだ。ただ、
But I'm sorry. I
今夜
have
は
some other
少し
business to attend to
用事
this
もあってね。
evening, so we'll have to make arrangements for another time. Is he
また
Batman?
別の機会に
Is
しよう。
is he moonlighting as Batman? Is he moonlighting as Batman? Is his static gonna kick him out if he doesn't make this raid? I don't know. And I can't wait to find out and have it be something so mundane and benign. Like, I'm just really into rocks, okay? It's just like rocks a lot. Like, alright, okay, yeah, that's alright. Wouldn't want to get in the way of your plans.
あ
Look, not for nothing, but if the girl I was dating for 2 months was suddenly like, can I stay the night? Oh, look, it's gotten late. And when you don't pick up on the hint is actively like, I'd really like to stay the night tonight. I don't know what plans I could have where I'd be like, I'm just going to take you home. Bye. Like, but I guess, you know, Batman can't not Batman. I can make it the rest of the way from here. Thanks for walking with me, Yukimasa.
家の前まで行
I'll
くよ
walk。you all the way. It's late. Better be safe than
もう夜だし。
sorry.
何かあったら危な
I'm
い。
clearly not a League player. Correct. Such a worry wart. It's barely even 9 and we're in the city. I'll be just fine.
都会だからこ
More
そ
people doesn't always mean safer. But alright. Just try to stick to large, well-lit roads.
薄暗い裏通りには
Don't
行
go
かな
down
い
any
よ。
dark alleys, understood? There's been an
最近
uptick in sightings of
不良がたむろ
shady-looking
している
gangs
って
prowling
噂だ
about
から
lately. I'll be fine. See you again next weekend. I'll call and text.
あ、おや
See
す
you.
み。
Good night and be
Pauline.
safe, Pauline. Night to you too. Endlessly curious. I have other business to attend to, so we'll have to make arrangements for another time. Yuki Mouse didn't seem to realize it, but he chased me out with almost the exact same line on several other occasions. I'd even asked him what business he had, but he would never give me specifics. Yes, he's a, what was it, systems engineer? Yeah. He's a systems engineer that works mostly with people who speak English. Just that it wasn't important. At first I assumed he was being a gentleman and trying not to rush into things. But that he genuinely did have something else to take care of. And it wasn't like I thought he was lying now, but there was only so many times I could take being turned down the same way. Before I started thinking maybe he didn't like me at all. Or maybe he had something to hide. Everyone has skeletons in their closet, things they don't want people to find out about. I wasn't going to ask him to spill everything to earn my trust. I wanted to be reasonable as much as I could. I didn't want to do anything to make him uncomfortable. I wasn't going to chew him out for not telling me every little thing, and I certainly had no interest in getting into a fight with him over it. The less conflict in a relationship, the better. That's how you can tell she's young and in her first relationship. I'm not saying conflict is good. I'm saying conflict is unavoidable, and sometimes you need to be able to talk things out. Should you generally try not to fight over little things? Yeah, sure. But is it important to be able to talk with someone when important things need to be talked about? Also, yes. But I've definitely been in relationships like that, where, or specifically early relationships, where it's like, yep, no conflict, no conflict allowed. Can't do anything. But that's a very like you're young and in your first relationship type deal. I was sure that all he needed was more time. He would let me stay over when we were a little closer. We'd only been dating for 2 months after all. It was too soon to get worried. Everything was going to be fine. I repeated that to myself several times and then decided to head home. But for some reason my legs refused to move.
自分の信じるやつ以外の言葉は耳に入らないんだ。何にも変わってないよ。
Damn. Flashback to Maria spitting truths. You haven't changed one bit. You won't even give someone the time of day if they're saying anything that contradicts someone you've decided you trust. Something Maria had said to me a long time ago floated up in my mind. A long time ago. Maria always did have trust issues, but she had gone too far that time, accusing him of doing something terrible. So I'd snapped back at her, something I rarely did. Why had that of all memories come back to me now, though? I had to trust him. What was the point? Sure, he could be eerily kind, and he was hard to read from time to time. But if I didn't believe in him, who would? Wait, I'm confused. Maria never said that to me, did she? I know she's given me other warnings. I can't think of a single instance in which she told me you haven't changed one bit. My head hurts. The image in my mind of that moment wasn't of the cafe where Maria worked, but a small room in a cottage I had no memory of. It was so vague I couldn't make out much more than that, though. Yet despite not being able to place the memory, I had the distinct feeling it was something very dear to me. But it didn't end there. You're a woman who's capable of making decisions for herself. I know you will. Yes, you've placed your complete faith in one man. That hasn't stopped you from considering what you should do with your own life. You're never short-sighted. Next came a man's voice I had no recollection of. Who could it have been, and why did it sound like he knew me? What was going on? I was gripped with a sensation I didn't have the words for. There was a man's voice in my head. I didn't know him, but he seemed to know me. To most people, that would probably be unsettling. But for reasons I couldn't explain, the sound of his voice was more reassuring. It felt like a light in the darkness, guiding me away from the path to destruction. Only not my present self, but a me far in the past. Something told me his words were still relevant to me now, though. I'm sorry, Yukimasa. I don't want to dig up your secrets. I just want to be able to trust you. I want to know you better, so that I can love you better. Everyone has skeletons in their closet. Things they'd rather people not find out about. Oh, are we going to just hard cut to him playing League? But most people's secrets were, in my eyes, trifling matters. Rarely anything more than, oh no, I'm too ashamed to tell anyone. And never anything that would utterly ruin them were to get out. Definitely League. From a young age, I was conscious of a violent impulse that prowled deep within, but I had no concept of what it truly was yet. It wasn't until shortly after I entered elementary school that I found a clear understanding of these feelings. I was watching the news one day when, in the middle of a report, the reporter and staff were murdered on live television. What? The killer seemed to want to be seen because he deliberately positioned himself such that his face would be visible on camera as he stabbed the reporter again and again. Screams and shouts filled the air. Someone yelled, "Stop the camera!" The screen went black. It only lasted a matter of seconds, perhaps 10 at most. But still, those images remained fresh in my mind, playing back in an endless loop. Everyone around me actually saw some terrible thing never to be spoken of. And perhaps that was the most reasonable response. But it was utterly inexplicable to me at the time. And that was when I first realized that the feelings I had were not feelings others shared with me. I was enamored with that footage. The sounds of people screaming. Oh, he is. Oh, okay. The sight of them writhing in pain, the hope draining from their eyes, brought me indescribable joy, ecstasy. Oh. 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 So it made no sense to me why it inspired fear in others, why they refused to speak of it. I couldn't imagine not wanting to talk about something so electrifying. But I was the only one who felt that way, who yearned for the sigh of more death. Fortunately, or perhaps unfortunately, I had been gifted with a talent for deception. I knew how society expected me to act, and I played the part to a T, all the while nursing a thirst for blood within. I put on a friendly smile
笑顔で
while
人と
interacting
会話を
with
し
people,
な
but
がら
beneath it, I was always wondering,
心
what
では
face would they
こう
make as they died?
どんな
What
悲
kind
鳴
of
を
scream
上
would
げ
they
て
regale me with?
どん
How
な
would they
命
beg
乞いを
me
して
for
く
their
れる
life?
のだ電車のホーム
I
に
was
立て
struck with an urge to shove the person next to me in front of an oncoming train whenever I waited at a platform. I fantasized about violent accidents happening whenever I stood at a
刃
crosswalk.
物を見れば
Whenever I saw a blade, I wanted to
そいつを
eviscerate
使って
passerbys
他
with it.
人を切り
Whenever
刻
I
み
saw
た
a
く
woman with a slender neck,
首に
I
殺したく
yearned to strangle the life out of her.
殺人
As I
衝
got
動
older,
は
the
年を
urges
重
only
ねて
grew
いく
more
につれ
powerful,
巨大化
making
して
even
いき
day-to-day life a challenge.
想像だけでは
Fantasy
決して
stopped being
満
enough
足
to
で
quench
き
my
ず
thirst. If I wasn't
ふ
careful,
と
I might
気
find
を緩
myself
めれ
with
ば
my hands actually
本当
around
に手
someone's
を
neck.
もっと
More. I needed more
もっと
than
だ
this. I wanted to experience it for
これ
myself.
では足り
I
ない
wanted to spill blood with my
実
own
体験が
hands.
欲しい
I wanted to feel the life fade from someone's
俺の手
body.
この手で
I wanted to
人
kill.
を
Yeah, he ain't better, I guess.
殺して
Not at
し
all.
まいたい
But he
欲望が
hasn't
極限まで
yet.
高まるとそもそもなぜ自
And I
制する
realized
必
there
要
were
があ
worse
る
things I could do than kill a
自問
person.
するようになった
I could play them in League. When the hunger reached its peak, I wondered why I had thought it necessary to restrain myself at
捕
all.
まるのを恐
Was
れ
it
ている
because I was
から
afraid of getting caught? Because
社
I
会
didn't
的
want to
な
face
制
society's
裁を恐れ
judging
ている
eyes?
から
Because I didn't want to cause
家
trouble for my
族どの
family?
理由も
None of that was sufficient to hold
俺
my
を止
thirst
め
at
るには
bay.
弱いも
I
の
even
だ
began to entertain the thought of letting myself get
いっそ
caught.
のこと思いのまま人を殺し
Going
て
on a
死刑
killing
になれ
spree,
るなら
tasting blood to my heart's
そ
content,
れが
then
一番
sentenced to
幸
death
福
and
な
freed
結
from
末である
temptation
よう
at
に
the
感
apex
じ
of
た
my life.
ならば
Seemed like I
実
sound
行
enough
に
plan.
移してしまった
The
方
question
がいい
was,
ので
why
は
had
な
I
いか
hesitated to go through with it for so long? Yeah, I should go out and just kill a bunch of people, get caught, and then just have them murder me so I don't feel this
誰でもい
anymore.
い
I like how
この
he's
上
like,
を
that's
満たしてくれる死
why
体なら
didn't
ば
I do that? That
どん
sounds
な
like the
相手
best
でも
plan. What am I doing not doing that? Well, no more hesitating. No more waiting. I was going to kill. It didn't matter who. Anyone's blood would suffice, so long as it would quench this unending thirst.
そう思って
But when I stepped out into the
殺
public,
意を抱いて
having
人の輪の中に
at
立った
last embraced my murderous desires, I heard a voice
誰
whisper
かの
into my ear.
誓いを忘れるな
You's a bitch. Remember the vow you made.
誓い
Vow I did? To who? And when? Where? What on earth was the voice talking
バ
about?
カバカしい
Utter nonsense, I
そう
told
思って
myself. I
何度
tried
も
to
声を
banish it
振
from
り
my
払おう
mind,
と
but
した
no matter what I did, it kept coming back.
それだけ
You's
で
a
なく
bitch. And always right as I readied myself to
人を
follow
殺
through
そう
with
と
my
決意した
urges
時
at that.
その声を
The
聞
sound
く
of
と
the voice paralyzed me.
俺は身動きが取れなくなり
Kept my feet
立ち
bolted
止
to
ま
the
るし
ground.
何よりその
Worst
声
of
は
all, it seemed to be my own
俺自
voice.
身
確かに変わった話だけど
And actually,
私も
as strange
そう
as
であ
it
って
sounds, I kind of want to
ほしい
believe
って
it's true
思う
too. I don't want to turn out to be
だから
just some cheesy
嘘じゃ
pickup line.
だって
I
なん
mean,
だ
how
かロ
romantic
マン
would
チッ
that
ク
be
だ
that
も
we
ん
have
ね
some sort of deeper connection from before we know?
もしかしたら
Maybe fate that brought us together again. You never know.
ポーリー
Pauline, this secret I'm keeping from you is a great and terrible one, and this
お前
barely
に多
suppressed
すぎる
hunger
かこのままでは
will eventually break through to the surface.
だから分
I
か
have
って
no
い
right to be
る
at your side, to be blessed by your beautiful smile.
私の望み
What I
はね
want most is to spend a nice quiet life
大
with
き
you.
なことなんて
Not in
望んで
anything
普通
extravagant,
に
just
生
an
きて
ordinary life, slowly
だん
growing
だ
older,
んおば
having
ちゃんに
three,
なっ
maybe
て
four children.
争いもなく
We never fight, and
気づい
eventually
たら
before I
おば
knew
あ
it,
ちゃん
I'd
に
be an old lady.
ああ
Thinking, it was an
何事
uneventful
もない
life.
人
It was
生
the
だ
best I could have asked
そ
for.
ういう
That's the life I
どうするのが
I
お
know
前
in
に
my
とって
mind what
一
the best
番いいの
thing
か
I
分
can
か
do
っ
for
てい
you
るく
is,
せに
but so many of my actions are not driven by
俺は
reason.
ポーリーが俺
The
の
sight of
隣
her
で
smiling
笑って
face
くれる
calms the creature within.
彼女がいると
Her presence suppresses my savage
人殺しの
desires,
自
allowing
分が
me to
な
act
りを
like a
潜
normal
む
man.
彼女は俺の
She is my
鎖
tether,
だ
the chains that keep me fixed to the
俺
ground.
をまと
And
もな
she's the
人
only
間の
one who
世
can
界
do
に
that
つ
for
な
me.
ぎけれど
But even she can't wholly quell the
俺の
bloodlust
歪ん
that
だ
seethes
欲
within.
俺の
And
心
so
に
now, two separate cravings dwell together in my heart.
一つは
One is a yearning to surrender myself to my
欲望の
desires
赴く
and to
ままに
spread pain and death and
他
horrible
人
suffering.
そしてもう一つ
The other is a longing to relinquish
彼女
myself
の
to the
夢見る
peaceful
ような
life she
平
so
和な世
desires,
界で
to share a quiet and uneventful life with her.
それらの願
Each
望は
one pulls at me in
あま
completely
りにも
opposite
違い
directions.
すぎてい
They're
た
so fundamentally different. Yeah, very,
互いに背を
very
向け
fundamentally different. You can't
別
just, you
々の
know,
方向に向
a
かっ
little
てい
nibble
る
at A, a little nibble at B. No, that's a hard choice
二つの望み
and
が
utterly
共存するこ
incompatible.
とな
Yeah.
ど
Mm-hmm.
ほら私たち ち付き合っ
I
て
mean,
2ヶ
it's been
月目
2
なの
months
に
since we started dating, but we still haven't stayed the night together.
だから
So, you know,
ユキマさ
do you not want me to stay the night? Finding her brought me relief, taught me what it was like to live without temptation, but now I find myself dreaming of killing her. My desire is transferring from I want to kill someone, anyone, to I want to murder her specifically. And this is after swearing I would never lay a hand on her. The sight of Pauline sleeping, helpless to protect herself, unfailingly brings with it a hunger to squeeze the life out of her. That's why I cannot allow myself to spend the night with her, because when I step past that final line of defense, I will cease to be a man. Oh, hey, nightwear bro. It's time. Every city has an underbelly, no matter how clean it appears to the surface. Is he also Batman? You can try to put in appearances until the end of time, but hiding your city population doesn't get rid of them. And that was the very first thing I looked into when I moved here. Not because I wanted to feel safe in my new home, but the exact opposite. Being the capital of France and a large populous city, the streets of Paris were naturally kept impeccably clean. It was safe enough to walk alone at night, and you were unlikely to encounter any trouble so long as you exercised the bare minimum of caution. So I needed information about the city, enough to guess where crimes were likely to take place, and enough to get there before the police could. I'm being followed. From the footsteps, it sounds like two men. It's probably good enough. Came to a stop a comfortable distance down the poorly lit alley. Turning back, the two young men stood blocking my path. They seemed to be in their late teens, still children as far as I was concerned, but hardened in a way boys their age shouldn't be. They were both fairly tall, around my height, and kept their hands hidden in their jackets. Presumably, they were hiding weapons of some sort. And their mouths were contorted unnaturally into half-slick smiles. Even in the poor light, I could make out numerous teeth that were cracked or black with rot.
Oi.
Wow, I'm impressed you haven't been swept up by the police yet with mouths like that, you filthy addicts. Oh, look, Slanty Ass is trying to talk to us. How about you learn the fucking language first? Oh, wow. Right back at you, bitch. I'm surprised you still got your head on your shoulders, walking around all alone this time of night. Picking the wrong place to go for a midnight stroll, or what? You get your dumbass lost? We'd be happy to show you the way back. Just $1,000 an hour. Well, thank you for such a generous offer. Is that all you have to say? What? We need to spell everything out for you? Hand over your goddamn money, you dumb fuck. Just fork her over and no one has to get hurt. We ain't monsters. Two of the three of you aren't, yes. The boys, guffawing like buffoons, pulled their hands from their jacket pockets. As I had suspected, they were armed. The blades had visible bulk to them, double-edged knives. I was surprised they had anything remotely decent on them. They weren't the kind of knives you could buy at a corner store. Maybe they'd gotten them at a hunting shop or from a friend. Part of me wished they had been guns instead. That would have made this more exciting. But I knew that was asking too much of this city. I would have to go somewhere more dangerous for that. Which wasn't to say that the glimmer of their knives didn't excite me plenty. A hot shiver ran up my spine. Ecstasy. A deep gratification surged up within me. I could just imagine how incredible it would feel to tear through someone's flesh with those knives. Why don't you say something, huh? You fucking blind or what? You don't want to hand it over, then we'll just kill you and take it ourselves. You think you can kill me with only a knife? I'd love to see you try. The fuck you laughing at, asshole? Hey, maybe we should back off. Something ain't right about him. Like hell, you chicken shit. I ain't letting him get away with talking that kind of shit. Fuck no. Well, what are you waiting for? I'm standing right here. Go on, kill me. Or did you think I would bend over and hand you my wallet simply because you started waving a knife around and make a mockery of me? If you're not prepared to use the knife to take another man's life, then I suggest you put it back in the kitchen. It's perhaps a bit excessive for everyday use, but at least you can peel fruit with it. Yeah, very much Yakuza goons. Except one of them had the sense to be like, I don't know, this doesn't seem right. We have a Yakuza goon and a goon who has some small knowledge of common sense, like nugget of common sense left. Fine idea, wouldn't you say? I've had enough of your bullshit, Slanty. You're fucking dead! The hoodlum made a dash for me, and a beat later, his companion followed suit. Oh, no, he followed with... Okay, nope. A little bit of self-preservation gone. I didn't waste a second either. With my eyes fixed on them, I took a step backwards, lifted my leg, and made as if I were to kick them. but instead I threw my foot into a pile of garbage, launching it into the air. Shards of a glass bottle flew towards the first one's face. On its own, it was an ineffectual attack. He could shield himself, and anything that hit was unlikely to cause significant harm. But the split-second distraction it created was what I wanted. I closed the distance between us and pivoted around to his side. With one hand, I grabbed him by his outstretched arm. The other, his collar, then I swept his feet out from under him. As tall as he was, his drug-atrophied frame put up a little resistance, doing a clean 180 in the air before face-planting the asphalt. That was a sound effect. A look of horror spread across the other man's face as he continued his charge. He lost a great deal of momentum, however, and the arm holding the knife had gone slightly slack. So rather than retreat, I stepped toward him, and then I bent myself backwards to avoid the blade at the last second. He screeched to a halt, then made as if he was going to turn around, but before he could, I planted my elbow in the nape of his neck. The man let out a pathetic yelp, like a frog being run over by a car, then crumpled to the ground. Yep. As soon as he hit the ground, I slammed my foot into his wrist, sending the knife spinning off into the darkness. Then I did the same to his partner. God, fuck, what the hell are you, man? Okay, you win, we'll leave you alone. Let us... That's pathetic. That fight was so dull, I'm about to fall asleep here. Is that honestly the best you could manage? The man tried to get up, so I stomped on his back. Apparently he was more than just physically slow. You'll leave me alone? You misunderstand, my boy. Yes, you're the ones who attacked me. But I'm the one who baited you into it. Why on earth would I let you off with just a few bruises? Oh, no, no, no. You're my prey. The hell's this guy's deal? I knew something was wrong with him. The other man made an attempt to escape, so I planted my foot in his face. But it seemed to put too much force into it. He crashed into the wall and then slid limply to the ground.
You
can't make any sudden moves or my instincts will kick in. Knocked him unconscious. What a shame. The man's nose was shattered, his face covered with blood, and his eyes rolled back. Gravity was the only force left acting on his body. For a second, I was afraid I'd killed him, but I could see his chest rising and falling, and his fingers twitching slightly. That was fine then. I had no intention of killing either of them, after all. All I wanted was to see a little blood. From the people, nobody would mind seeing a little beaten up. Friends down, so that leaves you to entertain me. I grabbed the man by the back of the head, paying no heed to his squirming. Fucking fuck! And slammed his face into the asphalt. Ah, yes. The CG we definitely expected. Thick blood dribbled from his nose. There wasn't much yet, so it was probably my imagination. But I felt as though I was enveloped in its sweet coppery aroma. Endorphins flooded my brain, drowning out my reason. But a small fragment of that reason, that humanity, managed to stay above the surface to admonish me. Do not kill him. Do not break your vow. Do not become a murderer. You chose the path of imperfection and conflict, of humanity. Yeah, you don't have to remind me. I'm not going to kill anyone. Just need to not cross that line, right? I promise not to kill anyone, so I can do everything up to, but not including that, right? Taking care to not knock him out entirely, I pounded the man's face into the asphalt again and again and again. Yeah, oh, yeah. Listen, I don't want to get into crazy street fights over who's the strongest guy around. I don't want to experience the thrill of participating in a fight club. Please, let me go. All I want is to endlessly brutalize helpless insects like you. Whew. Everything's fine. Again and again and again and again and again and again and again. You're going to kill me. You're too much a waste of human flesh for anyone to care, even if you come crawling to them battered and bloody. Screams echoed through the dimly lit alleyway. Of course, the biggest waste of oxygen here is me. Help! Someone help me. Hell, you're the idiot who chose to jump me this far out of the way. No one's around to hear you scream. Glancing down, I noticed my hand was dripping with blood. It had probably splattered onto my jacket as well. Going to want to wipe myself down before I go home, I thought as I continued to pummel the man. The scent of blood calmed my raging spirit. The sound of screams and the taste of despair filled my ravenous soul. I mean, he's not dead. When his shouts and cries began to falter, I let go of the man's head. Bloody foam oozing from his mouth, his whole body twitched on the ground. Rose to my feet, kicking the man over so I could see his face. Not that it was much of a face anymore. Pressed my heel into his chest, causing a splattering of blood to blow out of his mouth. Help me, please, don't kill me. The once ferocious man was now begging like a small child to be spared. What, surrendering already? How underwhelming. I haven't nearly had my fill yet. Oh, here's an idea. I wonder what I could do with those knives you pulled on me. How about cutting off your fingers, one by one, until there's none left? Doesn't that sound like so much fun? Please, no more. I'm so sorry. No interest in your apologies. In fact, I almost want to thank you for the evening's entertainment. One thing I could really ask for is you not giving in so soon. I can't. You're going to kill me. Well, that's terribly unfortunate. And so, you know, I've never actually killed anyone. I take great pains to avoid crossing that particular line. Honestly, I don't feel like going all the way would really change much after being so severe. But there's a voice inside of me that won't let me do that. I used to think it was whatever tiny bit of a conscience I had. I've come to realize that isn't the case. Tell me, do you have any idea what it is? I have no idea. Help, don't kill. When the guy who just beat you to a bloody pulp is standing over you begging for your life and goes, I really want to kill you, but I got this little voice inside that's like, maybe you shouldn't kill people. Don't cross that line. It's not a conscience. Do you know what it is? Can you tell me? I'd really like it to go away so I could kill you. Of course you wouldn't know. You think I'm some kind of psychopath, don't you? Yes. I don't. I promise. So please, have mercy. You want mercy? Then beg me for it. What do you think you've been doing? Be like the sad little animal you are. Please have mercy. I'll do anything. I'll give you all the money I have. I'm so sorry. I'm begging you. Spare me. As you wish. I'm done here. You get yourself to a hospital before you die. Don't tell anyone there about me. Well, I doubt they'd give it much stock behind a scuffle between lowlifes. I don't want to take any unnecessary risks. You know, if you wore an outfit, let's just say with a mask that covered most of your face, maybe the whole thing was black so blood wouldn't show up on it, you know, might benefit you if you're really trying not to take any unnecessary risks. Just saying. You could keep some sort of like utility belt around that had like tools and stuff you might need to protect yourself. Just, you know, just saying. The man gave me several rapid nods and began to crawl away, whimpering. He seemed like he was trying to push himself to his feet, but not having any luck. But I didn't give a damn about what happened to him next. What I needed to do was wipe the blood off me, get home and sleep. I watched to see if any dead bodies showed up in the news over the next few days. I didn't even give the beaten and battered pair a second glance. They were the dregs of humanity, and so they were fair game. Of course, as I had told the one man, I was the lowest scum of all. I pulverized men to quench my thirst, but I never killed them. I kept my vow. I wasn't so far gone as to think anything other than murder was okay, though. I knew perfectly well that what I was doing was reprehensible, and still, in spite of that, I yearned for something more. Ooh.
あれ、雪政どこかに出かけてるのかな?
Ooh. Well, here's the thing. As we saw with the siblings, it's not so much that they're cured as they have the memories of choosing to do better. So none of the things that afflicted them or were their problems in the previous life are gone. They just have a stronger memory of a determination to not let that ruin everything. So yeah. Maybe Arc, I don't know. I think it would be a little difficult for me to work through. If I was dating someone, they're like, sorry, I super get off on harming people. I love nothing better than the sight of life leaving somebody's eyes. I am barely constrained in my ability to not murder everyone on the streets around me. And I've been really thinking hard about murdering you specifically if you ever let your guard down. Look, I've stayed in relationships with red flags before, and that was a mistake. That was a big mistake. But I think that's not a red flag. That's a beacon. That is just the even I am not that stupid. Like, you gotta leave that. You can't not. Like, sorry. Nope. Gotta go. Maybe in some out of your trust and instinct, if he had been like, oh, she calms me down and I've never once thought of murdering her. But the fact that he's explicitly been like, my thought of I need to murder anyone has changed into I need to murder her. No, you gotta leave. You have to get out of there.
そっか。
Well, darn, that ruins my plans. Might
せっ
as well
かく
poke around while I'm here. Maybe I'll find out something new about him.
しちゃおうかな。
Okay, see, that's
もしか
trashy.
したら彼の秘密が
If you
見つか
don't
るか
have
も
the
しれない
gall
し
to just ask him what's up, picking around in his stuff is trashy. That's not better than asking him. That's worse. Also, what was her plan? To sneak in and just snuggle into bed next to him? Presumably she's got a key. I don't know. It's gotta be that she's got a key. Or he just... I'd say maybe he just never locks his door in the hope that somebody will come in and he'll get to beat the shite out of him. It's one of the two. I don't think she'd like sneak in through a window. She said specifically letting myself in. So she either has a key or he actively leaves the door open and she knows that. He leaves a little trail of like coins and dollar bills leading to his door every night, just in the hopes.
泥棒みたいなこと
Sorry for
しちゃ
sneaking
って
around like this,
ごめんね
Yukimasa.
ユキマサ
Are you? Because if you were, you wouldn't do it. Look, I'm not saying she's worse than him, because he's out actually pummeling people to near death. I am just saying, if you accept that somebody you know is hiding something from you, and you decided, no, I'm not going to actually ask them, but instead decide to snoop through their stuff to find out for yourself, you're taking the wrong path too. Only a couple hours earlier, Yukimasa and I had been hanging out together here, talking and smiling and laughing and watching TV. But now, it was deathly quiet. I felt a chill in the air as I stood there all by myself. When Yukimasa had a key made for me, there we go, answers that question, he probably didn't think I would use it to sneak in when he wasn't around. He wouldn't have trusted me with it if he did. And up until today, I'd always gotten in touch before coming over. A surprise inspection like this was the first, yet good to know it's the first time you're deciding to take this path.
とにかく
Look, this is
ユキ
probably
マサ
for
は
the
どう
best
して
for
私の
her,
ことを止めてくれない
but
のか
like,
突き止めなきゃ
still, just, you don't do that. But in this case, when it turns something out is actually like bloodthirsty, maybe it's for the better. Anyway, I need to figure out why he won't let me stay the night.
もしかし
Maybe
た
he
ら
keeps all his naughty
ベッド
stuff
の
by his
近くに
bed, but
見ら
doesn't
れ
want
た
me
く
to
ない
see it.
なんか
There's something kind of
恋
exhilarating
人
about
の家を
secretly
勝手
digging
に
around your
探すの
boyfriend's
って
house. Now,
ちょ
now,
っと興
contain
奮し
yourself,
てき
Pauline.
ちゃういけないいけない冷静にならないとここに来るまでは
I
変
myself
な
get a
声
little
を
overly
思い出
worried
し
on
た
the
こ
way
と
here
もあっ
because of
て
that weird
深
voice in my
刻に
head.
なってあまり悲
But
観
really,
的に
I
考
don't have
え
any
るこ
reason
と
to
な
be
んてないよ
concerned.
ね
Here goes nothing.
よ
Why would I
し
listen to the voice of past me? Psh.
なん
Oh,
か
I spy a
DVD
DVD
のケー
case.
スが出
Do
て
you have
き
a
た
classic case of
ベッ
dirty
ドの
videos
下に
under
隠
the
す
bed
とか
here?
これって定番のエッチなビデ
I think she's just hoping to find porn at this rate. Like, I don't think she's trying to expose anything. I think she's just, look, clearly 2 months has taken their toll on her. A woman has needs, and she's just like, Look, I'm gonna try to find something, okay? Yeah, well, that's what she's gonna find, yes.
B 級スプラッタ
Gore
ー映
horror
画
B movie? Huh, I was hoping I'd find porn.
エッチなビデオじゃん。で、
Wait,
なんで
why am I
私は
disappointed?
雪正って
Kinda
こ
surprised.
ういうの好
Yukimasa
きな
never
ん
struck me
だ。
as a gory movie guy.
意外
Maybe
か
he
も。
secretly spends evenings binge
実は
watching
夜な夜なスプ
splatter
ラッター
films.
確かに
I
人
understand
に
why
は
you
言い
wouldn't
づ
want
ら
to
い
tell
け
me,
ど
but that's hardly enough to scare me
でも
off.
それく一緒に見よ
Now,
うっ
if
て
you
言
asked
わ
me to
れたら
watch one
目を
with
つ
him,
む
I'd
っ
probably
ちゃ
have
う
to
かも
close
し
my
れ
eyes
な
for
い
most
け
of it,
ど
but who knows? Maybe it could turn out to be
で
fun.
もこれ以外に
Where
は
should I look
何か
next?
ないの
Oh,
か
how
な
about his laptop?
あ
Which I would
ノー
hope
ト
he'd
パ
have
ソコン
password
とかどうだ
protected.
ろう
Laptop. Ah, needs a password to boot up.
あれ
What could it be?
起動にパスワードが必要だもしか
Maybe
して
he used my name? Let's
私
give
の
it a
名
shot.
前
He definitely did.
とかやっぱり
Of course
違
not.
うよ
Only been
ね
dating for 2 months. He wouldn't use my name for
付
a
き合って
password
2ヶ
this
月の
soon.
彼女の名前なんて
Man, I
それ
love
は
murder.
なんか
It's just all caps password. The biggest murder boner.
他のパス
I
ワー
still
ド
have
を
the
試し
things
て
I
み
could
ようか
try.
な
His birthday? Nope, that wasn't it.
じゃあ
Alright, what about
じゃあパン
Nippon? No, why would it be that? I'm running out of
やっ
ideas.
ぱり違うよねあ、し
Oh crap, it locked me out. Now he's gonna know I tried to get into it. You really should have
これ
thought
だ
about
と
that.
私が触ったってバレバレにどうしようどう
This is
しよ
bad.
う
This is real bad. Is there any way to undo the lock?
足音が近づいて
Footsteps.
くる
He's home and he's coming this way. Crap, crap, crap. I need to find somewhere to hide. Oh, the wardrobe. That looks big enough to fit me. And hopefully he won't come home with a shirt stained with blood that he wants to try to hide in the wardrobe or anything.
急げ
Move your butt, Pauline. My laptop's open. Can I leave it that way? Shoot, he's gonna see I messed with it. Why wouldn't you slam the laptop closed?
こんなもんだったか
Suppose it must have. I'm in the clear now. You are not.
なんとかなったみたい
Oh, true. He did say he wanted to clean himself up before he got home.
これ隠れたら余
Wait,
計ま
I
ずく
didn't
ない
think this through at all. Hiding in here was a terrible idea, and now I have no way out. How airheaded can you be, Pauline? If he just said, oh, sorry, I left something here, he probably would have bought it without batting an eye. He'll look like a total creeper if you just hop out of his wardrobe. Look, do you think this is his first rodeo, Ramen? Do you think he doesn't come prepared specifically to wash blood off of things? Do you think he hasn't treated his nighttime bat suit with blood repellent of some sort? Come on. Be logical here, Ramen. On the bright side, it is kind of nice getting to see him in his natural habitat. I peeked through the wardrobe's door, trying my best to keep my heart from leaping out of my throat. When he was with me, he always had a pleasant smile, so there was something refreshing about seeing him stone-faced now. Detergent on him at all times. Yeah, exactly. Obviously, it would be weird if he was always smiling to himself, but still, he looked almost like a different man when he was on his own. Finally, taking my eyes off his face, I realized he was wearing a sweatsuit. Had he been out night jogging or something? He liked physical activity, so by itself, that wouldn't be unusual. What did seem off was him saying he had business to attend to, and sending me home if all he was doing was going for a jog. He also looked exhausted. Was jogging supposed to wear you out so much? Probably take a lot out of me, since I never get much physical activity. Girl, same. But unlike me, Yukimasa was in shape. Regardless, physical activity meant sweat, and sweat meant he would go take a shower next, right? And then I could sneak out while he was in there. Can't be bothered to take a shower tonight. I need to sleep. You can't be bothered! There he goes, right into bed. So much for that plan. Who went to bed drenched in sweat anyway? That had to reek. Slovenly was the last thing I expected to find out he was. No, it's not. It's definitely not the last thing you'd expect. I guarantee you. After a few minutes, I could see his chest moving slowly up and down. My good, strong, healthy Yukimasa was quick to fall asleep too. As much as I wanted to stay here and watch him through the night, now that he was asleep, I could safely leave. Push the wardrobe door open slowly and carefully, trying not to make a noise. The lights were off too, so I needed to be especially watchful of where I stepped so I didn't trip over anything. Tiptoeing my way towards the door, I abruptly came to a stop. Maybe I could just climb in beside him. People called me an airhead all the time, but even I had enough sense to realize how outrageous an idea that was. You have no idea. Not only had I snuck into his house without permission, now I was thinking about sneaking into bed with him. It's like something out of a trashy romance novel. On the other hand, we were dating. Maybe he'd think of it as a pleasant surprise. Yeah, a new murder target that I've been waiting for, right here, defenseless. That was pushing my luck, wasn't it? He would wake up in the morning and see me there, and it would probably give him a really big scare. Might even creep him out so much he'd break up with me. Yeah, he might tell you he was breaking up with you as he choked you to death. But still, the sight of him sleeping there so innocent and vulnerable is too much for me to resist. Yeah, he's going to be saying the same thing when he wakes up. Who wouldn't want to run their fingers along that big back or put their arms around that perfectly slender waist? Look, it's been 2 months. Girls got it bad, okay? My conscience was screaming at me to behave and go home. But the primal part of me pulled me closer and closer to the bed. I carefully lifted one knee into the bed, and the mattress let out a deafening creak. My heart leapt into my throat, but the sound didn't seem to have woken Yukimasa. I stretched my arm out towards him. With every passing moment, the pounding of my heart grew more and more intense. I worried the sound might wake him up. I brushed the tips of my fingers across his cheek, then through his dark hair. He showed no signs of waking. He was always the mature, older one, but it felt like we'd switched places now. The image brought a little smile to my face, quickly dissolving all the remaining tension in the air. It was safety a little closer, wasn't it? He wasn't going to wake up. My heart leapt back up as I lowered myself down onto his bed, cuddling up next to him. Oh my gosh, I was actually in the same bed with him. How brazen of you, Pauline. Look. Ignoring the breach of trust of just sneaking in when he's not out snooping through his stuff. You know, if he wasn't a barely holding himself together murderer, maybe this would be cute. Maybe he would wake up and be like, wow, what a pleasant surprise. But that's not what's good. That's not. I could feel his breath on my lips as I gazed upon his face. I was on cloud 9, and I wanted to keep going even higher. Rationally, I knew I had to get out before he woke up. But I was well past rationality at that point. In my excitement, it took me a few extra moments to notice the strange smell in his sweats. Something sharp layered beneath the scent of his sweat. Couldn't quite place it, though. So my curiosity would have to remain unsatisfied for now. As I lay there, basking in the scent of sweat and blood, my eyelids started to grow heavy. No, Pauline, you can't go to sleep. You have to go home, and now. But as hard as I tried to push myself out of bed, it was just too warm and cozy here. No, this is super weird. You don't just do that to someone. In my dreams, I'm drenched in fresh red blood. People dying all around me. Everyone dying. No, not simply dying. I'm killing them. A man begs me to spare his life, so I sever his head. A woman implores me that she is with child, so I disembowel her. A man invokes the name of his god, so I tell him I know no such deity. And the pile of corpses grows. That always reminds me. I tend to forget that, like, wasn't it? It was Fire Emblem Awakening, I think. The line "Pick a god and pray" is like so powerful. And it's like that was just a crit line from a Fire Emblem game. Like, you know, arms and legs, heads and torsos, entrails and brains. It's all there. It's everywhere. In my shadow stands a maid with vacant eyes. I repeatedly try to kill her, but she won't die, so I keep her. Grinning, I order the maid to take a body and make a meal of it. She does as I demand, serving me a human meat soup. The maid always wears a smile, but her madness can never compare to mine. I cackle uncontrollably, howl like a wild beast. Is that all, Master? You're not going to dismember me? You could try stabbing my face, or my neck, or my stomach, or any other part of me. Perhaps then I might die. Oh no, don't look at me like I'm some sort of exotic creature. A man who isn't a man, a woman who isn't herself, imprisoned together in a dark, decrepit mansion. Believe the woman to be the witch, but the witch is elsewhere, looking down on me. Remember that you have always been a beast, incapable of saving anyone. Only of taking.
きちんと
Remember
思い出して
and suffer,
苦しめ
agonize,
苦
writhe,
しめ
anguish, grieve,
苦
suffer,
しめ
suffer. The witch is right. I've always been enamored with death, with killing. My hands are only capable of taking, not offering. I'm a monster. My lust for blood will always overwhelm any affection I manage to muster. That's the simple truth. Look at all the blood I've spilled. Look at me cackling as I sit upon the mountain of bodies. Oh, Pauline, what are you doing there? You can't see me like this. Not while I'm a beast, driven by nothing but primal instincts. Stay back, or I might end up killing you too. Though, to tell you the truth, I've always wanted to kill you. With your chains, you bring tranquility to my world. You're the only one who can keep me tethered to the ground. I can only imagine how incredible a release it would be to tear them off. I need you to live for me, and I long to kill you more than anyone else. But this is a dream. I have nothing to lose by indulging my desires. Just a dream. It's not real, so I have no need for a tether. It's not real, so I can do whatever I please. This is the one place I don't have to hold myself back. Pauline. Pauline, let me hear how you wail. Let me see how you
お前は
writhe.
どんな声で泣き
Well, I can't breathe. Yukimasa, wake up.
正気に
ずっと苦しかったんだ
So miserable for so long.
クズを痛めつけ
Roughing
た
up
とこ
blood
ろで
eyes
何
never
の
did
足しに
anything
も
for
なら
me.
ない
It only staved off the hunger for a little.
本当に
The only
欲し
thing
い
that can
の
truly satisfy me
俺
is
に
the
大
hope
切な
streaming
もの
from the
を与
eyes
え
of
た
someone
人
who
間
made a
の
real difference in my life.
絶
What's happening to you?
ユキ
Yukimasa, get off me. Pauline's neck was even slighter than I had imagined. Leaning in slightly would likely be all it would take to snap it. I could feel her pulse in the palm of my hand. I could feel every gasp and grunt she forced out on my arms, my chest, my face. Please stop, you're going to kill me. A wave of ecstasy surged up within me. Dream or not, I was strangling her. At long last, I was squeezing the life out of her. Hey, Fluffies, how's it going? Things aren't going great here. At all. I can't breathe. Yukimasa, please don't kill. At long last? Get off. Yukimasa, why would you? Normal scenes to walk in on, yeah, definitely, huh? Something told me this wasn't the first time I had heard Pauline's dying gasps.
あいつは
Pauline, she believed in me. She put her faith in the beast and went out in search of him.
そう
Not allow myself to be the kind of monster that would murder a woman like her.
変えねばならない
And yet,
俺がそう
I
し
have
な
to
ければ
change.
来世
I will change the future. When my life here comes to an end, I vow to make my next one better. You're doing great. A fragment of a memory. A vow exchanged long ago. The pieces were too vague to see who or where it was, or if it was even a memory of something that actually occurred. But what did it matter? Why would I uphold a vow I knew nothing about in a dream? For years I'd held back, fought the urges, kept my word. It didn't even matter if it was the first or the third time I've killed her. This was the dream, and I was going to do as I pleased. That was the whole reason I was having the dream in the first. It's going great here. This was a dream? This indescribably lifelike sensation was a dream? These incomparably vivid cries were a dream? No. No, they weren't.
これは夢じゃない
This isn't a dream.
ポーリー
It's gonna be a little hard to kiss and make up over that one. The fog of my dreams rapidly receded and my narrowed vision filled out. Pauline was swayed out limply beneath me. For a brief moment, I questioned what she was doing in my room, but quickly discarded the thought as unimportant. Yeah, there's more important things here. Did I actually kill
ポー
Pauline?
リーおい
Pauline, hey Pauline, stay with me. Is she breathing? I put a hand in her chest and my ear to her lips, but nothing. She wasn't breathing. No, how could I? After I did everything in my power to stop myself from hurting you. I shook her by the shoulders. I slapped her cheeks, but nothing brought the light back to her eyes. I shouted her name. I shook her more. I smacked her again. I repeated the cycle who knows how many times, but I got no more reaction out of her than a mannequin. Maybe this isn't the everything's happy timeline. Huh? Pauline, please breathe for me, Pauline! Out of other ideas, but desperate to do something, I started performing CPR. I had no idea if I was doing it correctly, or if it was even the right thing to do in this situation. For as many ways as I could devise to kill a man, I was clueless about how to save one. But I couldn't just sit around and do nothing. Hands that only ever brought pain were now trying to reverse it. Fingers that knew only the taste of blood now sought to imbue life. And I was painfully aware of the irony, when these same hands had squeezed the life out of her in the first place. I blew air into her dozens of times, but Pauline's body remained limp. Sweat dripped from my forehead onto her ghostly white cheeks. With each new attempt to resuscitate her, the bed beneath us creaked like a screeching banshee. Pauline. Pauline. I shouted her name. I pressed the heel of my hand into her breast. I blew into her mouth. I had been going in circles for who knew how long, but her eyes remained murky and gray. Her mouth hung faintly open, but no sound slipped through her lips, neither her voice calling my name nor the wisp of her breath. This was the moment I had so dearly longed for, yet all I felt was maddening despair. I had destroyed her once again. I had killed her, yet again. I failed to uphold my vow. Failed to protect the one person I needed most. The one person who should have lived. This was proof I would never change, that I would always be a savage, bloodthirsty beast. No, even beast was too good for me. I was no more than a lowly fiend. It didn't matter how many tries you gave me. I would always travel down the same path. I should have distanced myself from her before it reached this point, pushed her away. At least then she would have been able to live in peace as she wished. I should have never let her in. When I reached the deepest depths of my thoughts, Pauline's throat spasmed. My eyes went wide, and the next second, she took in a huge breath. Ow. Also, she gonna have brain damage. That was too long. Yay, alive. Good.
It's magic.
A glimmer had begun to return to her eyes. What happened? Yeah. Yukimasa? Oh, wait, I remember now. Thank goodness, you're back to yourself. Girl, run! Come on. Look, there's trusting and there's stupid. That's a relief. Pauline, I'm so sorry. I'm so very sorry for hurting you like that. Yeah, it hurt, but hey, I'm alive. There's water under the bridge. Go run. Leave the country, please. How was anything okay? She'd been mere moments from death. No, she was dead. And I had pushed her there. How could she be smiling at me like this when I just strangled her? Why did she not berate me? Where did that overwhelming gentle warmth in her eyes come from? Pauline took a few moments to catch her breath and collect herself, for which I sat and waited in silence. The only sound in the night was the rhythmic ticking of the second hand. She didn't make eye contact with me, and I obviously couldn't look her in the eyes, so time simply flowed like molasses between us. After what felt like forever, she let out a strained, "I'm all right now." Good? Excuse me. I nodded, and then turned to her and handed her my phone. Call the police. Turn me in. I'll confess to anything and everything. Good on him, but we know she's not gonna, and like, damn, man. Like, bro, I was rooting for you, but you killed her. Yeah, she got better, but it doesn't undo that. Her eyes went wide. But the confusion only lasted a few seconds, and her face quickly twisted into a grimace. She wasn't a child. She knew good and well what I had done. Yeah, that wasn't a whoops, silly me. That I had attempted to murder her. We were assailant and victim.
その前
Before I do
に
anything, I want you to talk to me. I want to know more about you, Yukimasa.
俺に殺さ
You
れか
want
けた
to
のに
talk after I nearly
話が
killed
し
you?
たいって
Look,
お前正気か
you killed her. Your resuscitation attempts just eventually actually worked. But you killed her. She was dead. Have you lost your mind?
そうだよ
Yes, I want to talk. I want to understand
納
why.
得したいも
If
の
you attacked me because you hated me, that would be one thing, but that's
私を嫌いで
not what it
殺
was
したかっ
about, is
たっ
it?
ていうな
It's
ら
another
話
better
は別
reason.
だ
I
けど
don't know about better.
そうじゃない
Different?
んだよね
Different? Not better. There was no better reason. I could claim I simply panicked, but what I did went far beyond any reasonable definition of panic. Yes. And even though I did believe it was a dream in the moment, my desire to kill her was no less sincere for it. Nothing I could say could possibly justify or explain away my actions.
私ね
To be clear, I
安心
don't
が
want
したいわけじゃ
assurances.
ない
I
の
don't want you to sugarcoat anything to make
私
it
にとっ
palatable
て
for
都
me.
合のい
I
い理
just
由
want
が
to know the
欲しいん
real
じゃないの
genuine you. No, you've met, you've been introduced. Yeah. Her words cut off my train of thought. It was beginning to sound like she knew that the man I was around her was a mere facade. She looked me straight in the eyes. Her gaze was unflinching, determined. Are you serious? Do you really want to see what lies beneath the mask? Are you really prepared to cross that line?
大丈夫
All right, I'm ready for
覚悟は
anything,
でき
so
ている
please
つ
tell
もりだ
me.
よ
Are you absolutely sure about this, Pauline? Are you sure you want to shatter the illusion of me being a respectable boyfriend? You literally strangled her to death. It's shattered. You okay? It has already been
そ
shattered.
っか
Oh, all right then. If you're really sure, then okay. I'll bite the bullet.
何もかも
I'll
洗
tell
い
you
ざらい
everything. Strip myself bare and show you the hideous
俺
creature
の
within.
醜い
And so I laid everything out for her, the nature and the extent of my desires. That I had been deeply enamored with others' pain since I was a child. That anyone I interacted with, I was constantly imagining them dying. That I had not yet killed anyone. Lies. You have now killed someone. You just eventually got them brought back, you know. But I had done everything short of it. I told her where I had been this evening, and that it was something I did regularly. And finally, I confessed to fantasizing about killing her too. She sat and listened quietly the entire time. Her only reaction was to occasionally grimace. My whole life, I had reveled in causing others pain, but seeing her so emotionally devastated, I felt a pang of regret for the first time in my life.
だから
This is why you need to
お前
turn
は
me
俺
in,
を
for
通
your
報
own
するべ
safety
き
as well as others.
殺人はかろ
I'm
うじて
barely
犯
able to
してい
stop
ない
myself
も
from
の
killing
の
anyone now, but there's no saying
このま
when
まで
that
は
dam might break.
いつ
And
そう
even
なる
without
かわ
that,
から
it
ん
could easily hit me with a list of battery
So-
charges long enough to fill a book.
牢獄にぶち込ま
It's
れる
more
条
than enough
件
to
は
have me
揃
thrown
ってい
behind
る
bars. Look, not for nothing, he's right. He had his chance. I don't know. I feel like if he has gotten up to the line to the point of I won't murder anyone, but I'll come this close, then he's that close to just murder at some point. And if somebody look, I'm all for giving people second chances. People make mistakes in life and they deserve to not be eternally punished for one thing going wrong, one slip up, one mistake. Very pro second chances. But if somebody literally strangles the life out of me, resuscitates me, and tells me they have a deep, burning need to see every other human being around them in agonizing pain being caused by them, I'm going to send them to jail. They are going to go to prison for the rest of their life where they cannot hurt anyone else. Presumably. Hopefully the jail wouldn't be so lax as to let them just start murdering other inmates, but you know. There's lines, there's limits, man. Like,
ポーリン
Allow me to apologize, please, for all the pain I've caused, and for deceiving you into being with a
苦し
man
みを
like
与え
me.
てしまったことも
I can see in her head the one brain cell
俺
bouncing
の
and
ような
hitting the
人間に
words,
付き合わせてしまっ
if
たことも
evil, why hot?
お前は
No, I did everything.
俺で
So
は
to
な
be with a
く
man who deserves you, Pauline.
まともな
Allow
男
me
と
to
寄り添うべきだ
apologize for all the pain I've caused and for deceiving you into being with a man like me. You deserve to be with a man who deserves you, Pauline, not one who's twisted and broken like me. That's what I want most for you. Isn't a life sentence type deal. Yeah. You're not wrong. But
お前の手では
if
通
you can't
報
report
で
me,
き
then
な
I'll
いと
turn
いうの
myself
な
in.
ら
So please, Pauline.
ダメ。
Out of the question.
通報も
I
し
won't
な
turn
い
you
し
in, and I won't let you turn yourself in either.
しかし
But then
それ
どうして
what
今
made you
まで
willing
自
to turn
首しよ
yourself
う
in
なんて
now, and
思わ
not
なか
any
っ
of
た
the
の
other
に
countless opportunities you've
今に
had
なっ
that
て
you
そんな
almost killed
決
me?
断あなたにとっ
He
て
did kill me.
私って
You
結
were
構
definitely not breathing for an
大切な
extended
存在だったんだ。
period of time. It just goes to show how important I really am to you. That is some. I've got brain damage from being strangled for too long that I died for minutes on end logic. Holy crap.
言っただろ
Yes, you are, as I've
俺は
said.
お前
I'm
の
able
こと
to
が
forget about
大
the
切だ
monster
と
I am when I'm with you. Like,
ただ
look, I get it.
それは
It's a game. This is reincarnations of characters we've seen before. But the second you put it in the modern setting, it just gets that much more fucked up. But
言って
go on, I'm listening. Don't worry. I want to know how you really feel.
俺がお前に抱いてい
What I
る
feel
の
for you is not what I feel for me. What you
お
feel
前
for
と
me.
同
I
じ感情
don't
では
love you.
自分の欲望を
You're the
抑える
chains
ため
that
の
keep my
鎖
desires trapped away. I want you, but for entirely selfish reasons.
全部が
My
俺自
attraction to
身
you is completely, utterly
勝手なエ
self-serving.
ゴ
そ
Well, darn. So you really were always just going along with what I wanted, huh? Her response was surprisingly cool-headed, considering I had just explicitly told her I didn't love her, and had just explicitly murdered her. But the smile she wore appeared to be on the verge of tears.
だから
You have every right to cut me out of your life. I can't give you what you
お前は
want, and you'll never be happy with me.
あのね
You know, my love for you is self-serving
私だって
too, I think.
エゴだと思
Look,
うんだ
maybe
あなたのこ
Look,
とを好きだって思うこ
look,
の気
girl,
持ちって
girl, look. I understand romantic loneliness, okay? It happens. It ain't great, but like, the man killed you. The levels of self-serving here are very different.
だって
These feelings, they make me happy, and I wouldn't still be here if they didn't.
そうしてい
I
るだ
don't
け
love you
なん
for
だ
you, I love you for me.
私が勝手に
You have to understand the difference between these two things, though.
そりゃ
I mean, sure, it's kind of a bummer that you don't feel the same way.
ちょっ
Like,
とは
wow,
悲しいよ
so it was all an act, huh?
でも
But it's sad, but it doesn't
悲しい
hurt
けど
that much.
そんなに辛くはないのだって私が大切な存在っていうのは事実なんでしょ
He literally killed you minutes ago.
同じ
That
感
was
情
the
じゃ
last
な
bit
く
of
たっ
that.
て
Like, I still mean a
無関
lot to you,
心じゃ
though.
ないならずっといいよ
We may not feel the exact same way, but it's so much better than you feeling nothing.
お前は
What on earth are you talking about? I just
何を言って
confessed to a
いるんだ。
litany of crimes.
お前は
The only
俺
thing
を
you should
嫌
feel
う
for me
べ
is
きだし
repulsion. You need to get me out of your
もう
life
見放すべきなん
now.
だ
He's right. I think that's not exactly what I want to do. Then why aren't you doing it? But I can't just control how I feel. Oh my god, girl. I let out a gasp at her sudden outburst. No, it probably wasn't sudden. She was just acting collected and could no longer keep it up. And how could I blame her? If anything, her reaction was still restrained for everything I'd done.
さっきから何
I've
度
been
も
trying this entire time to make myself
嫌いになろう
not
って努
like
力
you,
した
but it hasn't worked. Not one bit. I desperately want to cut you out, but I can't bring myself to do it.
見捨てられないの
Then you will die by his hands again.
あなたがやったことは
I know
分
you've
か
done
ってる
terrible, horrible things, but I can't call the police on you, and I don't want anyone else to either.
私
This isn't easy for me. It doesn't make sense to me either.
割り切
I
れる
care
よう
too
な
much to
簡
just
単
throw
な
you
感
away
情
at the
じゃ
drop
ない
of
の
a hat.
たった2ヶ 月しか付き合っていないはずな
And
の
I
に
don't know why. We've only been together for 2 months.
自分が一番
I'm even more confused than you. I do not believe that to be accurate.
氷
Fine, I'm sorry. Surely there was something more appropriate I could say to her. But a trite, uninspired I'm sorry was the best I could manage. She put her head in her hands and sobbed. Then after some time, she looked up, wrapped her arms around me, and squeezed.
私
I've been thinking, and it seems like your mind is made a little differently than others.
あなたは
Yeah, a little,
喜びの感覚がずれているんだよ
pad.
ね
You could say that.
例えばね
So it's like when I see a puppy and start fawning over it, and my eyes go sparkly
可
at
愛
a
い
pretty
なって
outfit.
思うそういう
The pleasure I get from
物
things
事
like
に
that
対して
is
嬉
tied
しい
to
って
hurting
思
people
う
in
気
your
持
mind.
ちが
Yes,
あなたは
and the fact that you now
人を傷
understand
つけ
that
る
means
ことに
you
向かっているんだ
you
よ
know why you have to leave and you have to report him.
そういう
Suppose that's right.
ことに
Although
なる
describing it that way makes it sound like nothing more than a difference in
お前の
interests.
ごめん
Sorry, but it makes sense to me that way. I can't imagine how
わかりやすい
difficult
か
it
と
must be
思って
for you. Fair. I imagine his life is hard.
考えたら
However,
すごく
he has
辛いこと
already
だから
gone to and over the line he vowed not to. I'm not saying his life has not been difficult because of it. But you are not at fault if you let him just turn himself in and go to jail.
社会が
You
認
have an
めてくれない
uncontrollable
ことを
desire for something our society has
どうして
declared
も
as
欲しが
wrong.
ってしま
It's
う
not possible for you to both live in this
そんな
world and
人が
have fulfillment.
望みを叶えながら生きられる世界なんて
I understand that there are some things that are laws, just to kind of keep order in the world. Laws that are less important, but, still gotta kind of, it's like, it's the law, it's what you do. Parking laws and stuff like that. It helps keep order. It helps keep things running smoothly, but, like, on a human consciousness level, it doesn't matter. It's truly unimportant. If he liked taking people's parking spots before they pulled into them, I'd say he's an asshole, but he's not really hurting anyone. This isn't something our society has declared as wrong. This is just killing people for sport. This isn't even like some sort of just like weird internally justified like Batman complex. He only is going after the dregs of society so that he doesn't get caught. He doesn't want to punish them. He doesn't care about the like, oh, I'm trying to make the world a better place. He just gets off on murder. That's not a... It must be so difficult. Like, life... Society said this is bad. Again, I'm not saying she's wrong in the sense that things must be hard for him. But there's a difference between like, man, I'm addicted to cigarettes, and it's hard to resist that, and that's really difficult. And man, I'm addicted to murdering people in cold blood who have done nothing other than pass in my way in my life, and watching them have the life drained out of their eyes by me. Slightly different.
一線を越えて
As long as you
しまう
remain in this society, your only options are to live unfulfilled or become an outcast.
人の社会で生き続ける限り
Is she gonna kill him?
耐えながら生き
It's
ていくの
miserable
は
having to bury yourself like that.
辛いし
It's suffocating. It
苦
hurts
しい
not
し
not being able to share your interests with anyone.
好きなことも
Again,
隠し
she's
続
right
け
about
な
all
けれ
these
ばい
things.
けないし
However, it still doesn't change the crimes.
だから
We've had to deal with that for so long. I feel terrible for you.
よせ
Don't. I don't deserve your
俺に同
sympathy.
情
You
して
should
ど
feel
うする
bad for the countless people I've hurt, not the one who hurt them.
そうだね
You're right. That's what anyone
普
else
通
would
の
do.
人は
You've
さ
done lots of terrible things, and
あ
your
なたは
victims
全て
absolutely
の加
deserve
害者
sympathy.
であなたのこと
The
が
whole
世に
world
知ら
would
れたら
revile you and feel bad
み
for
ん
them
な
if
そ
they
って
knew.
も
You've already got our entire society poised to turn against you.
全員私だけ
So
は
you need at least one person who will acknowledge your pain.
辛かった
One
ら
person who will
ね
accept you for who you are. I want that person to be... Look, okay.
私だけはあなたを受け止めてあげたい
Acknowledging
の
his pain and letting him hurt more people... You don't have to do both. You can acknowledge his pain and that it's really difficult, but also that letting him go out and hurt more people is... Alright. It's fine. I used to think you were a sensible woman, but it seems I've misjudged you. I guess you were both wrong about each other. You too have a fair few secret screws loose. I probably do, yeah. Hey, I want you to propose something. A mad request from a mad woman. Yeah? I've decided I can't leave you. I won't abandon you, and I won't stop loving you. So if you have to kill someone, make me your first. What? You can't possibly be serious, Pauline. I can, and I am. I don't want you to hurt anyone else. But if you do end up killing someone, I'd rather be dead than left behind to watch as you're dragged away from me. And then, once you've killed me, turn yourself in. You're joking, right? Do you think I would joke about that? Didn't you say I was the chain that kept you tethered to the ground? Yeah, I did, but... Well, I'm putting my money on them being sturdy chains. But I did almost lose that bet just tonight. Once the chains stop being effective, you'll lose control. So I want you to make me your first and last. Don't find a replacement for me. God, you really mean it. You genuinely want to stay with me despite what I am. I do. I can't control how I feel. No matter what, I'll never be able to not love you. I think I may have my own set as well. Unbreakable chains of love. Look, she ain't smart. She clearly has no thoughts for self-preservation. This might be the best outcome. Ideally, he restrains himself and never kills her. But if he keeps true to this pact that he has sworn in this life, and he does eventually kill her and immediately turn himself in, his victim was willing? It ain't good. I don't like it, but it might be the best case scenario for these two? In some really deeply fucked up way? Maybe? Even after hearing his confession, I chose not to condemn Yukimasa, which I suppose made me as guilty as him. Well, I would still argue she'd only be guilty for crimes going forward. I don't know if you could put the entire onus of he's done bad things that you learned about and you didn't turn him in for those. I think the onus is only on her for future indiscretions. If I was the one making the decisions here, which I'm not, legally or, anything. But I would feel like she'd only be on the hook for any future things he did, which she's taken steps to prevent, I guess. But that was what I wanted. As crazy as it might have seemed to anyone else. Yeah, boy, does it seem crazy. Not that I was entirely confident in my decision either. In opening up to each other and coming to better know one another, a glimmer of hope had formed between us. But much longer would it be able to last? It's definitely a how missing there. Would he be able to suppress his urges for another 10 years? 20? What about 30? The more I thought about it, the more uncertain I grew. But for the time being, I just wanted to treasure being able to be with him. That was the life I chose. See, I can't even comprehend the... Knowing somebody didn't love me, but was just going to pretend it, I couldn't even stay with that. That would destroy me. I think that would hurt way worse than somebody being like, I just got no feelings for you. Sorry, I feel like I got no feelings for you. But I'll fake it so we can pretend to be happy for the rest of our lives. Nah. That, even if we take the murder out of this, even if we take all of that out of this, she's still in such a fucked up situation right here. Damn. Good morning, Yukimasa. Look, I borrowed your kitchen and made bacon and eggs. A little burnt, should taste fine. Good morning, Pauline.
どうしたの？
Why are you
そん
squinting
な
at me
変な
like
顔。
that?
いや、
I was just
ひ
trying
ょ
to
っと
figure
し
out
て
if last night was all a dream or
昨日
not.
のことは
Also, to see if there were still
夢だったのかと思った。
massive strangulation marks around your neck. You know, like some sort of crimson butterfly or something.
夢じゃ
No,
ないよ。
wasn't a dream, which is why you really should hop in the shower now.
あの後疲
You
れて寝
conked
ちゃ
right
っ
out
た
after
け
we were
ど。
done, so you still smell pretty right.
Fishy.
Oh, I found a setting to change the weather for the fishing bot. It had been set tonight, so I set it to fall for a little bit. I know we're in winter now, but I was like, I just want to see fall. I should change it to winter, but congrats on, you know, an actual fish. They either added that button recently or I just didn't notice it. You can also see on the thing they added a button to show how many requests are still in the queue. But yeah, so we got it set to fall. How do we do it? Just hit that. There we go. Cool.
昨日
Distinctly remember attacking those real lives last night, so it was all real then.
しかし
It's only been one night though. How could she possibly have come to terms with it so quickly? How on earth is she able to act so cheery?
まあ暗い顔をされるよ
Although
う
I
に
guess
ずっ
it's
と
better than her being gloomy.
ポーリーンが俺の
Such a
本性を
bizarre
知った上で
juxtaposition.
朝食
The
を作っ
normalcy
てい
of her
る
cooking breakfast next to the fact that she knows I'm a
日常的
monster.
そ
Oh,
そうか
do I? Then I suppose I'll take a
じゃあ
shower first.
あ、そうだ。
Yeah, one other
あとね、
thing.
何かな
Yes?
私の前で
You
は
can be
普通の
yourself
態度
around
で
me.
いい
You
んだ
don't,
よ。
you don't have to put on your usual facade.
つまり、
What even is his normal self?
お前がそれでいい
You
な
okay
ら
with that? Then
そ
sure,
うす
I
るわ
can. But just so you know, that means I won't smile
外向きの
anymore.
顔
それくらい
No,
構わ
that's
な
no
い
big deal.
っ
I know the
て。
real Yukimasa
だっ
now.
て、
I'll do
ユキマ
just
サ
fine
の
without
本当
the
の
fake
姿。
smile.
それに、
Quite fond of
ぶっき
the
らぼうでクールなユキマサ
brusque,
もかっ
stone-faced
こ
you
いいか
too.
ら好きだ
It's
よ
a。charming look.
そうか
If you say so. Thanks.
昨日殺されかけたとい
I
う
nearly killed her yesterday. Here she is, a
明る
bright
く
smile on her
振る舞える
face.
とひょっとして
She may well be even more defective than me.
異常なのでは
You know, he might be right.
あ
I'm bored out of my skull. It's lunchtime. It's still not a single
あ、何も
customer.
しなくても金
When
が
I
もら
started,
え
it
る
was
なん
like,
て
hell yeah, free money. But it turns out the cost is my sanity.
暇すぎるのも辛
You
い。
know, maybe I wasn't too far off when I said they had to find someone that, you know. I just. Whatever. If they're happy and he doesn't mutilate or murder anyone else, fine, I guess. Sure. Whatever. Ah, good afternoon. Oh, for God's sake, every
って
time.
なんだ、あんたたちか。
I do like that she's got the.
いらっしゃいませ。ってなんだ。
なんだはない
Well,
で
if
し
you
ょ。
don't
な
want
ん
us,
だ
we'll
は。
happily leave.
せっか
But we
く遊
came
び
to
に
see
来た。
you.
はいはい。
No, by all means, bathe me in the glorious light of your love. So, want the usual ham sandwich to go?
そうだ
Yes,
よ。
please, but we need a quick break before we go back out. So, coffee first.
ちょっと
Can we have the
一休み
window seat?
どうぞどうぞ。
Where you like, my
窓
friends.
際
The
でも
window,
カ
the
ウンターで
counter,
もお好き
doing
な
a strip
よ
show
う
on
に
the table. Take your pick.
だから、
Do you
なんで
always have to
そ
be
うい
so
うこと。
crass?
彼氏の方
You
だ
want
っ
to see a
て
strip too,
彼
don't
女
you,
のスト
dude?
リップとか見たいと思
I
わ
have
ない
no strong feelings either way. I'd rather strip the flesh from her body.
公衆の面
Just
前で
think
脱
about
ぎ
it.
出
If
す
your
彼女
girl
とか
starts taking off
ベ
her
ッドの
clothes in
時とは違
public,
った意味
you
で
can't
興
get
奮
an
する
action
の
like
よ
that in bed.
マリ
Hurry up!
いや
Nudity doesn't
裸には
interest me
そこまで
terribly
興味
much.
が
She
そ
can
そら
keep
れ
her
ない
clothes on if she wants.
服は着たままでいい
Huh?
それって
Seems like a weird thing to be saying as, you know, her
も
boyfriend.
しかして
Is that maybe a
性
touchy
質的な
subject?
問題
いや
No,
昨日
quite
不全
functional,
は起こ
thank
して
you.
あ、そう
Oh, great to
あ
hear.
てか
Anywho,
なんか
you seem kind of
雰囲
different.
気変わ
More
った
I'd ask than
前
usual.
よ喧嘩中
You're not like
ってことじ
fighting,
ゃん
are you?
喧嘩なんてしてないよ。
Of course not. As she has a giant scarf covering her neck.
そうだ
In
な
fact, I'd say we're closer now than we've ever been
むしろ
before.
今までで一番仲がいいかもしれん
Really now?
ユキマサね。
Talked about it. And Nikimasa's going to be himself from now on. He still has to
職
pretend
場
to be
で
a good
は
boy
相
at
変わら
work,
ず
though.
好青年を。
あ、
Oh,
そ
I
う
see.
なん
Wait,
だ
huh? I mean, I
で
did always get the feeling
あ
he
い
was
や
kind of fake,
確か
but...
になんか
Oh, 27, how's it going? Welcome to Viperland Again. How you doing?
ポーリンは
Hope your
それで
weekend's
いいわ
going
け
You okay with this, Pauline? Somehow she is.
何か悪いところが
We
あ
got
る？
like 3-4 inches of snow today overnight, which is fine, but it's a real shame because I know Calico was really hoping for like a delayed opening tomorrow, which who knows, maybe the roads will freeze over tonight and she'll get it. But I feel like when you're a teacher, snow on Sunday, it's just so cruel. It's so evil. What, is there anything not to be okay about?
いや、まあ、
If you don't
あ
have a
んた
problem
が
with
そ
it,
れ
who am I
で
to
いいな
judge?
らいい。なんか、
I get the distant
私が
feeling
知ら
they
ないう
strayed
ちに
even further
余
off the
計
path
あ
since
い
the
つ
last
ら
time I
の
saw
関係
them.
が
Oh,
お
you
かしく
don't
なってい
even
る気が
know.
する。
Maria.
一体
What the hell
何
happened
があっ
between
たん
those
だ？
two? Not that it's my business. I should go make them their shit.
まあ、晴れてよかった
Ah,
ね。
it's so nice out today. What do you
今日
want
は
to
ど
do?
うしよ
We
っ
could go
か。
for a walk like last
前
time.
みたい
What do you
に
think
お
about
散歩
renting a
しても
movie?
構わないが
Fine with that. What kind
ど
of
んな
movie
映
did you
画
have
を
in
見るつ
mind?
スプラッター映画。
A splatter film. Girl, why? Why? Do you want him to kill people? Why? How dumb are you? Oh.
それ見たい
Do
の
you
か
honestly want to watch a splatter film?
全然
Nope, not even the slightest.
私たちは
Wonder how other people see us. From the outside, we look just like another happy couple, don't we? I wouldn't go as far as to say happy,
普通
but
の中太陽の下を
we can take a walk together on a beautiful summer day, we can go on a date together like any other loving couple, but wrapped around our interlaced
私たち
fingers
誰にも見え
are a
ない
pair of invisible chains. I mean, as long as he doesn't kill anyone, I guess.
非科学的なものは大嫌いだ。説明のつけ
I
ようも
don't,
ない
I don't
奇
even
跡に
know.
は
I despise the
からくり
irrational
が
and the
つきまとうもの
unscientific,
で、
but I'm going to perceive it as miraculous or unexplainable are, by and large, products of chicanery, tricks that fail to stand up to even the slightest scrutiny.
運命だとかふざ
Only
けた言葉
fools
を
and
喜んで
children
受け取る
sincerely
なんて
believe in tripe
滑
like
稽の極み
fate
だ。
and destiny.
そんなものを
What
信
does
じて
anyone
一体
find in
何
such
になる？
nonsense? Are they merely trying to
自
convince
分が
themselves
特
their
別だ
lives
とで
have
も、
purpose?
くだら
The
ない。
epitome of folly. I
そんな
firmly
ものは
believe
愚か
anyone
者
who's
の
fallen
思
for
考
that
だ。
is destined to get nowhere
そ
in
れ
life.
がこの私の持論なのだ。だが、
Which is why, however
だ
vivid
から
they
こ
may
そ
be, I cannot abide these memories I
自分に
have of events I've never
体験
experienced,
したこと
of
のない
emotions
記
I've
憶
never
や
felt.
感情が存
Imagine
在している
having
ことなど
actual flashes to your past
認め
life
たくはな
where
かっ
you've made vows to be a better person and had character growth and gone, nah, science can't prove that happened, so I'm gonna ignore it. Like, oh. At the same time, however, that's in the context of this game. If I all of a sudden started having flashes of another life that I don't remember living, of a different version of me, I'd probably be like, "Yep, just going crazy. Yep, just, yep. That's just craziness. That's just how going insane be." Then, I don't think I'd be like, "Oh, I'm destined for this." So, like, yeah.
見たこともないはずの小麦畑で
I'm standing in a wheat
知らない
field
は
I've
ずの
never
少女
seen
に向け
before,
て
pleading with a girl I've
何
never
度も
met.
懇願す
Will
る
you say my name? I ask
行
again
か
and
ないで
again,
ほしいと願い
a
なが
desperate
ら
attempt to keep her from leaving
名
me.
前を呼んでく
So
れ
it,
と
that was one of the shorts. No. We got to see the short from her point of view. His chapter in the prologue stuff was this from his point of view. Okay. I was about to say, so I mean, while I have no doubt that they are written as canon, I don't think the short stories play into the major plot. I think that's the entire reason of the short stories is they're not relevant to the major plot. They're just little bits of fleshing out characters, little nuggets of like, oh, that was a little. Well. But yeah, it was both. Yeah,
そんな夢を
it's a
もう
dream
何
I've
度も
seen
見
countless
続け
times
た
now, and when I awaken from it, my
そして
chest is tight and I'm
目
short
が
of
覚めた
breath.
時それは
It's a bitter blend of
切なさ
longing
や
and
喪失感で
loss,
もあった
a
が
heat smitten with a
あ
realm
の世界
unknown,
への
feelings
心
that
から
do
の
not
憧
easily
れで
lend
もあっ
themselves
た
to words.
けれど
But the most
何より
intense of
一
them
番
all
強い
is
感情は
despair at being separated from the girl.
夢の中では
I
鮮
can see
明
her
に
so
見えてい
clearly
る
in
は
the
ずな
dream,
のに
yet the moment I return
い
to
ざ現
reality,
実
she's
に引き
nothing
戻
more
され
than
る
an
と
indistinct fog.
この私が
There are
夢
no
の
words
中で
for
見
how
た少
absurd
女
it
を
all
求め
is.
るなんて
Me yearning after a
馬鹿らしいに
girl
も
I've
程
seen
が
only
あ
in
る
my dreams. Makes me want to give myself a
正気に
nice
戻る
solid
と
punch in the jaw in the
自
hopes
分を
I'll
殴り
wake up.
あんなものはきっと
Look,
ストレス
while
に
I would
相
have
当なもの
trouble
だ 何かの間違いでしか
squaring
ない
away
のだ
suddenly having memories of a
奇跡でも
past
なけれ
that
ば運命
it
でもない
wasn't me, that I don't remember. I think if I felt despair and longing over a girl I could see in my dreams and then eventually met her in real life, that might connect the thing of like, oh, I should at least go talk to them. Maybe there's something here. It's probably a result of all the stress I'm under, but there is a rational explanation, one which relies neither on fate nor
だ
miracles.
から早
I
い
keep
とこ
telling
ろ
myself to forget all
き
about
れい
it
さっぱり
and move
忘
on
れ
with
て
my
しまえ
life.
心臓の
But from somewhere deep within my
もっと
breast, my
奥
very
深い
core, I stop myself.
絶対に
You
忘
must
れては
never
ならない
forget.
記憶
Cherish those feelings, for it's thanks to your time in that realm
今
that you are alive in this
お前は
one now. The River of Oblivion is a hell of a name for the chapter. Why do these chapters all have to be like 2.5 hours long? Why couldn't they be like an hour and a half?
ああくそ
Like, that's the
いきなり
thing.
振り出しやがって
I don't want to end here. But I feel like these chapters, especially after that last one, I feel like these chapters would be done a disservice cutting them at the 2/3 point, give or take. I feel like that's not great. But it's only 10:30, which is admittedly after the halfway point. But it's like, if these were like an hour 45, we'd be like, yeah, we'll hit the second one. We got this. But we know this. They've all been over that point. We know we won't finish this tonight. Yeah, Yokopo tends to have longer chapters for reasons. So I think the smart idea is to end here. I don't like it, but I think it's the smart call. And going this far into the game, I feel like giving these final chapters their room to breathe and time to have their impact is the right decision. And we'll have a longer stream on Tuesday anyway to make up for lost time. It won't be this, admittedly, but, you know, Tuesday will be longer. Not that I'm keeping a plus-minus tally here, because I'm definitely in the minus if we're going that way. After all the missed streams in the past few months. But, still, Tuesday will be a nice longer one. Tomorrow we'll get some more Valkyria Chronicles in. Thursday we'll get some MSQ. Let's not forget to save. But just for easiness, I'm just going to save it up here at this rate. Like, it's fine. More often than not, I end up saving off camera. Like, I'll finish the stream and I'll just save. But now I need to actively make sure to not chance that. But yeah, a little early of an ending, but we got some good stuff planned for the next week. We got more Valkyria tomorrow. We got the Arcadian raid, which I am super excited for. It seems like Pots won't be able to make it because they've got work all day, which is a little unfortunate, but like, I'm looking forward to doing it regardless. It would have just been extra cool if I could do it with Pots too. But I'm just excited to do it, to hear the new songs, to go through the story, to see how this all ends. The gear all looks great. I will not have a glam setup. It is fine. General plan is after that, if there's time left, we'll do some GOG, at least some attempts. I do not know if we'll have GOG defeated at that point. Crafted gear looks great. I'm probably going to have to buy a piece of crafted gear because I think I'm slightly under the item level, which is funny because if I did MSQ first, there's a dungeon that I guarantee would give me the item level to do the raid, but I want to do the raid first. So I'm probably going to have to buy just some of the crafted gear for an exorbitant price just to go over the line, but it's fine. I don't know if we're going to finish GOG Tuesday, but I want to at least make an attempt on him day one. I really do want that. Thursday will be MSQ. If MSQ is short enough, we'll do Hildebrand after it. If not, we'll pocket that somewhere. Saturday will be dedicated GOG attempts. And Sunday we're back here. Then the week after is going to be a shorter, weirder week. Oh, hold on. One thing I was going to check. The day after Christmas, Skybox isn't doing any card stuff. They're closed that day, which is great for them. But I want to see if the other card place across the street is. If neither place is doing cards that night, I'll stream that Friday. But if either of them is, I still would like to get some cards in. Yeah, day after Christmas, they are doing a booster draft. Okay, so I'll just do cards there. My local place is doing a really fun one this Friday. They're doing a chaos draft where you can pick any magic card pack that's under $6 in any combination, and you draft with those three, and everyone makes their own choices. So I might go, oh, I like Duskmorn, Edge of Eternities, and Avatar. And somebody else might do 3 totally different ones, and you're still drafting where you open your first pack, take 1 card, pass it to the left. So you're seeing tons of cards from tons of sets, and they call it a chaos draft for a reason, but I think that's going to be a lot of fun. That should be a good time. I have no idea what cards I'm going to pick. I don't even, like, how could you plan to build any type of deck when you have no idea what even cards you're possibly going to get? I think it's going to be cool. So, we'll see. Want to run people? Yes, agreed. That is, while the difficulty curve is definitely something that is jarring in Wilds more than most Monster Hunter games, where it's like, too easy, like everyone goes too easy, and they finally go, oh, too easy? Fine, crank it up. My biggest gripe with Monster Hunter Wilds is that I want to be able to play with people, and there are people I want to play with who can't, because the game just won't run for them. I'm not mad they made hard content. They've done it before. That's cool. But I want to be able to play with Grim and anyone who wants to play. And the fact that there are people who just straight up can't is a problem. Even though they have the game, they have a computer that can, by benchmarks and whatnot, run it. That's pretty garbage. So, here's hoping that somehow gets fixed one day. They have, sounds like, plans to get it running better, and I hope they do that before the G-Rank expansion comes out. We will see, though. For now, we got a monster, a quote, a Discord, and, you know what?
Death approaches! Better skedaddle!
The advice you should have listened to. But, hey, whatever. They're fine, I guess. Sure, whatever. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. This has been Vipers of Viperland, and I'll see you all next time.